Music.
There we are.
Listen
Now we're
to
live.
the
Now we're live.
All right, we up.
Oh, we up.
We here.
We
It's
here.
a great image.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked that image that I photoshopped very quickly. Of our dearly departed Ricardo.
So sad.
Rest in peace, man. We hardly knew thee.
Knew thee.
Knew thee.
Dumb. All right, let's start this thing.
Are you
Okay.
saying Nuvi like on that Regal pre-show?
Yes.
That thing's
Uh-huh.
stupid. I hate it. Anyway,
I hate that thing.
I hate that thing.
We have a local cinema near us now. Like
Yeah,
an
it's like
independently
privately
one,
owned.
which
What?
we'd never seen before.
Yeah.
That doesn't
But
exist.
it's also one of those ones that has like real food and a bar attached to it, so you can order drinks at the
That's the only way you can survive, man.
Yeah,
you press the
true.
button on the chair, and the waiter comes up to you and he's like, "What do you want?" We're like, "Give me all the
He's
food."
like a bouncer. He's like, what do you want?
What do you want? Not everything. Give me it all.
I want all
When
the
we saw
food.
Infinity War there. That was fine. That was not. That was. It was
I like that movie, but it's not
eh.
the greatest movie
Oh,
ever.
you're right.
Hello and welcome to the Pixel Podcast. My name is Matt, and I'm here with Ethan
Hey, what's up? I'm here.
and Ricardo. No,
Oh,
Oh,
no.
too soon.
Too
Too
soon.
soon.
That's messed up, man.
last week it was supposed to be Ricardo, and anyway, I'm here with Amber.
Yep, I'm taking the place of Ricardo. I'll be
Amber,
playing the part
Amber,
of Ricardo.
Amber is the new Ricardo. You're gonna have to do your best trailer trash impression later in the
Oh.
later in the. No, yes, you
Yeah,
are.
That's
We've
right.
all
That's not the
done it.
shoes you have to fill. I didn't say
We've
that.
all done it.
Oh,
We've all
no.
done it.
The very big.
Holy shit.
So yeah, so last week you might have noticed that we didn't have a podcast, or you didn't because you don't care about this podcast. It's like it's on the bottom of your feed, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll listen to this. But if
It's
you
fine.
did notice it, is because there was major problems in moving, and
Life.
we're sad to say that not all of our fan members here at Pixel Legends made it through the move.
You know, the only person who moved.
Rip Ricardo's PC.
Yeah.
Who
Sorry
is,
to say, he's gone.
It's gone now. We had a moment of silence before the podcast started.
It's very sad.
It's very
Mhm.
sad. It was a 21 gun salute. I have holes in my ceiling now. Yeah.
I'm sure you get
Uh-huh.
deposit back on that.
Yeah. There's a lot of sad things going on here. So, anyway, if you're watching this on the stream, we got a nice little tribute to our buddy on there.
It's taking the place of Mario.
Yeah, exactly. Mario, who usually watches over
I
us.
photoshopped the Photoshop that Ricardo made for himself.
He's with the Mario now. That's right. That's who.
Wait, is Mario dead too?
I don't-
Didn't you hear?
Did Mario
We'll-
die?
we'll get to it-
Oh
We'll get to it in the news segment.
no! Okay.
Mario's dead. Nintendo's over.
Sonic rules the roost now.
I guess you have to return that sweatshirt you just bought.
Yeah, Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan,
So
Ethan just went to.
I went to New York, baby. I went to Nintendo store and got a thing because I was like, I'm not someone who
I'm
usually likes.
trash.
Is literally the only thing. No, I did buy something else, but like I don't really buy touristy things or anything like that. But I'm like, no, this is a Nintendo store. This is something
That's
I wanted to go
different.
to
That's
since
not-
I was
that's
a
not
child.
touristy thing.
Yeah, it says New York on it. It's kind of
Yeah.
Okay, that I guess New York is, but like
It's
repping the
it's a Nintendo
brands.
store. Like I was honestly surprised how nice the Nintendo store was. Like, I thought it would be like much smaller, but they had like 2 stories and you got
yeah,
like
it's supposed to be really cool. I want to go there. I've never been to New York, but I want to go there at some point.
the first story is really cool. It has like all our merch stuff, and then the top story is kind of like it has a whole section for Pokemon, and then it's like, oh yeah, you can buy games, I
Nice.
guess. I don't know.
Don't they have like a little mini like display case of like old Nintendo consoles?
Yeah, I
not
took a
for
picture of
sale,
that.
but
They
just
have
for
like yeah, they have the Virtual Boy up there with like kind of all the other consoles that you never really heard of. They're like starting from the Famicom all the way going to the Switch, and then on the other side
cool.
they have all the handhelds. So they start with the Game & Watch and they go all the way to the.
That's cool.
They even have the little old original cards they had that made. They put like a little just on the ground.
Oh,
just
the
kinda,
playing cards.
Yeah, just kind of show it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
yeah,
fun.
it's neat. It's a neat store. I was surprised. 'Cause I kind of went in with like low expectations, just being like, I don't know, it's just gonna be probably stupid. But they actually had like cool stuff. And they had like merch that wasn't like super obnoxious and weird. Like it actually was kind of cool and well thought out.
Like stuff you'd actually
So why
want
didn't
to
you buy any of that?
buy.
Ah, got me.
Got
me. Got me.
That's what it was cool.
It's
cool.
thin.
It's
I don't have
cool,
any
light.
thin
Yeah, it's a little
sweaters.
light. It's
I
a
don't
little
have
light.
light sweaters. Not a
It's
big fan of
running.
pullovers.
It's almost like a running. It's like a running like hoodie.
Yeah.
You can run in it and not get like super crazy hot.
Like
Yeah.
I'm wearing it now over a shirt and don't feel like I'm sweating bullets like I would be probably if I was wearing my heavier hoodie. But
Or like
Yeah,
a
it's good.
California hoodie. Like the
Yeah,
only hoodie you can
like,
wear in California.
yeah, as opposed to New York where it's actually cold.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was
Cool.
cool. That was cool. So
Yeah,
that's why I
glad-
wasn't here last week, so that's why the podcast didn't happen.
And then Ricardo's, Ricardo had moving trouble. I think actually it was a different electronic that failed him last week.
Yes.
It was not really electronic at all. It was more an electric. I think his fridge had.
Everything's electronic now, man.
I really wanted to get him on this podcast to hear that story. I was really excited about that part of it, and then I was like, oh, and then after that, his computer died. So we'll maybe hear the story of the fridge at some point,
Someday.
but it's not this
One
week.
day.
It is not this day.
Yeah, I don't know when it's gonna be. Hopefully you can get something running. We don't know for sure, but it might be a while before we have all this on the podcast because Amber and I are gonna go away in June. So
Yes.
I don't know if
Where
you'll
you
be
guys
back
going?
before then. We're going to the UK.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, wedding. Yeah.
Watching
all
a
right.
person get married.
Yeah,
Very
we got
nice.
a wedding. So we're watching them get married. I like
Oh
that.
yeah,
You
that's,
might
you know
participate.
it's broadcast on TV this Saturday, so you don't have
Oh,
to.
that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
You joke, but I was in an interview where I told the guy, "Oh, I have to leave in June for a wedding." Are you secretly part of the royal
Mhm.
family? And I was like, yeah, this is how I was going to tell you
This-
about
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
in June.
it. I want you to know this way.
Anyway, it's been a while. It's been a while since we chatted. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What games have we all been playing, Ethan?
What games have I been playing? So
You've been away, and you're in on all the latest. You're repping the brands. You're on all the latest memes. You are so far like you're staying up on the current things the kids are into.
Okay.
Tell me about Thanos
oh yeah.
in the Fortnite.
So
the kids love Thanos.
So
right?
every so often I check in on the Fortnite to see what's up with the Fortnite.
Your weird game that you keep telling me you dislike. But
Well, no,
you
I said
played
I like it more now. Like I'll play
Oh,
it
okay.
now.
He likes it more. Not that he likes it. He likes
Yeah,
it
I still kind of
more.
prefer PUBG, but like I don't know, PUBG's also buggy, and if I want a game that's not buggy, I'll
Yeah.
just play Fortnite. That runs
Oh.
like an actual game should. So
You're right.
what blew my mind was they had this crossover. It just really shows how big Fortnite is. Is that the Infinity War movie came out, right? So they did a crossover event where you get to play as like a kind of like what was that mode in Halo? It was like Oddball or something where you get super powerful when you grab the skull.
Some
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, that was it.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Where you get the skull and you're super powerful. It's basically that, where everyone's against whoever grabs the Infinity Gauntlet that makes Thanos. So it's like 100 people drop down, an Infinity Gauntlet spawns somewhere, and if you grab it, you become Thanos. I was able to do that once, which is kind of cool. But he wasn't like the most impossible person to kill, but he's definitely very hard to kill. But you get this ability to like fly up in the air and slam down if you want and kill like a bunch of people in the area. You can also shoot like a laser beam. It was pretty cool. Like it was a neat, fun gimmick. You can only play it solo, so that was nice for me. So I was able to kind of just hang out on my own. And I got pretty far. I got to like
and because of the weird like Thanos is super powerful, I guess the building isn't as. That's the one thing I feel like at this point. Like if I try to jump into Fortnite at this point, like everyone's just so good at like the insta building, like knowing
I don't
exactly
know,
what
man.
to do.
There's so
like,
much. The thing is Fortnite is so many people play it that you don't have to be good at the building, especially if you just start
Yeah.
playing. That like I see people I just walk up and shoot so many times and kill because they're just so bad
Just
at
go
it.
up and go black.
Yeah, if you just are okay at
Um,
shooting, you'll do okay. At least for a bit.
You're making a lot of assumptions about my shooting in video games.
Don't worry. There's if you play on PlayStation 4, there is an auto aim assist. So as long as you get in
Nice.
your area, it's fine.
Perfect.
But yeah, you're right. As far as the building goes, like some people would build like a little tower and then be like, cool, and you just smash all of it and just break all of it to pieces, and that's pretty satisfying. That's pretty fun. So it's a neat mode. I'm really liking what Fortnite is doing with like the little special modes, because I feel like they have. I know PUBG's been doing a little bit of them, but Fortnite seems to be doing a lot more of them, and they're
Yeah, Fortnite's been experimenting more with that, like the 50 versus 50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that
stuff like
sounded
that.
cool.
yeah, I really
This,
wanted to try that. I didn't get around to it though.
this mode kind of reminds me of like the Battlefront, like if you play as one of the heroes, but there's just one.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Kind of, yeah. It does remind you of me of that a little bit, where you could just slaughter a whole bunch of people and just
Mhm.
keep going.
You're harder to
Um,
kill. You have just like crazy abilities.
Yeah, do people like end up teaming up, like or like not
Yeah.
killing each other so that they can make
Some
sure
people
that
do, but that's when I go and shoot everyone around Thanos and then kill.
That's when he goes
Thanos.
up and goes, "Bleh,"
Yep.
and he's done.
Walk up with a shotgun, put it back their head. It's fine. Yeah, it's a really cool mode. I'm sad. Kind of sad it's over. Like I wish I'd keep these modes around a little bit longer. They remind me of like I know Blizzard started doing this with Overwatch and even
Yeah.
Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm. They have like these brawl modes where every week could be something different, which I think they're copying. And since it's such a new genre of game, like it's working to a really good effect because it fundamentally changes how the game works.
Right.
And it's actually fair, unlike like Brawl, which is in Hearthstone, which I've been playing. Like some brawls are just terrible and they're super boring to play, and you only do it to get the free card pack, and then you stop as soon as you can because they're terrible,
Right.
like a slog, and it's just not fun. But change, like you have so many more options in a battle royale game because it's 100 on 100. You can put like different teams. You got 5v5. There's like so many little
Right.
things that you can do to tweak it to make it different and still entertaining, as opposed to like some real BS unfair mechanic, you know.
So was this only for like a week and then they
I think it
got rid
was
of it?
yeah, about a week,
Oh.
week and a half or something like that.
The way
and-
they were promoting it, I mean, it was just because I saw it a lot pop up on Twitter, but the way they were promoting it, I thought it was going to be around for like at least like a month, and then they'd be like, all right,
No,
we're done. That's a
no.
really short
It
mode.
was a short time. Might have
Wow.
been 2 weeks. I could be wrong. Like I don't quote me
Mm.
on that, but I know it wasn't. It was definitely not over a month.
Not very long.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah, man. All you gotta do is just have those cool Fortnite dances and have Thanos, and people were like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna make gifts out
All
of
the
this."
kids are really into it. Also,
get
auto
those,
aim.
get those gifts out there.
Get those gifts out of there. Get Thanos dabbing or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, as you do.
As you do when you.
Listen, if I want to watch a video game character do anything in a GIF, I want to watch Kratos try to use his computer and then throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, those are pretty good. Those are really high quality too. I don't know.
Yeah.
They must be like some source filmmaker garbage or something.
I think the developers made them, if I'm
Oh, really?
not mistaken.
Maybe.
Yeah,
That would explain.
that's what I heard. Such rumor said.
That would explain the ridiculous high quality.
Yep. Well, it's just like these high res images.
So that's a neat mode. That was cool. The other game I've been playing is getting my anime on with some Ni no Kuni 2.
I mean, you know, JRPG came out recently. I wouldn't recommend it, but okay.
Why would you recommend it?
You know, there's other games like Persona.
Yeah, but
5.
Persona sucks. So I'm gonna play this other game with where you get to play as like a little kitty man, and you work at you summon a kingdom of Ding Dong Dell and
Ding Dong Dell.
Ding Dong
Ding
Dell
Dong Dell.
That's not
and
real.
And the what are they called? What are they
uh,
called? The little guys. They're called like the Gooblies.
oh,
something
the
like that.
Gooblies or something stupid. I
No,
don't know the
they're not-
names.
they're
I
not
forgot
called-
what.
The Gooblies were my favorite candy as a kid.
Yeah, it's also my favorite band next to the Wiggles. So like, it's really weird, but like as the game opens up, the reason I played this over the first one, because I actually really did want to play the first one, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff I heard in this one seems more up my alley, which are like the building of kingdoms and stuff like that, where it's actually like city management aspects
That's
into
cool.
it. I just started getting into that. I'm like 4 hours into it, maybe 5 hours into the game.
Yeah.
And I just started getting into not just the kingdom building, but the skirmishing, which you get this big overmap, and then you get like these armies, and you actually real time attack other little armies that are around, and kind of like a rock paper scissors, where it's like, you know, classic archers kill soldiers, but like these other guys kill these guys or whatever, like the rock
That's
paper
cool.
scissors type game, and you're running around commanding them, and they have different abilities. It's like really deep. Like I was expecting it to be kind of half-assed, but it's actually like a pretty deep skirmish mode that is kind of cool. I really appreciate
cool.
that aspect of the game.
In terms of the game, like, what is the point of that? Do you get like
I mean,
better
the main character.
resources?
The main
No,
character's
I'm-
name is. The main character's name is King Evan Pettywhisker Tildrum.
Yes, Petty
That's
Whisker.
beautiful.
It's
Grimmelkin.
the best part is like, so the beginning of the game, for those who don't know, like you start off as you see the president of the United States in a car, and then you just see a nuke fly by, and it nukes like fake New York. It blows him up, and then he gets transported, no reason why, into this weird ass kingdom, and he's younger. He's like an old man in before. Now he's a young man with a ponytail, and he's like, oh, very nice. And then he opens the door and is like, what's in here? And there's this kid. He's like, oh no, I think I'm in trouble. And he's like, what's going on? And he's like, mouse people come. And they're like, we're gonna take you captive, Evan. And he's like, oh, I don't understand. Is this a coup? And he's like, yeah, it's a coup. And then the resident just rips out a gun, just shoots all the mice men. And it's like. And it's like not just like a weird revolver. It's like, no, it's like a 9mm gun. Yeah. He just pulls out and shoots these dudes. And then that's his beginning of the game.
Sounds like my president.
And then and then you go around and he's just like very much like, well, the world at home sucked anyway, so I guess I'll live here. I don't know. And then
that reminds me a lot of Legend of just like, I'm not gonna question how I got it, just whatever.
It really is. Like, and he brings it up once in a while where they're like, oh boy, Evan's like, what's a good leader? And he's like, I led a country. It didn't go the best, apparently. He's just like running around and like,
I don't know. I think everyone got destroyed in an atomic war.
Anyway, well, I'm sure I'll teach you how to run your kingdom better.
The thing I was talking about were the Higgledies.
Higgledies.
They're called Higgledies.
And
also my favorite band after the Wiggles.
And there's a whole other like system of optimizing your Higgledies and rarities and all that stuff. It's like a collection. They all have different.
I think
like,
actually
names,
Amber would like this game, to be honest.
It's really good.
Probably would.
Like it's really good.
Stupidly up my alley.
And it's very charming. It's got like a good. It feels like, I know Ghibli did not work on this in like the first game, but it still kind of has all those charms, like just Sky Pirates, and you gotta have Sky Pirates.
Whimsy. Yeah, it's true. To make any Ghibli, Sky Pirates, Whimsy, and.
Good-looking food. I haven't seen food yet.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't seen that yet.
You want to pull out
and people who drive terribly.
Yes.
If they drive a car at all, they
actually. I think you specifically pointed out women who drive terribly in Ghibli movies.
Maybe, but there's also the dad in Spirited Away. He drives. Like,
you know what? You're right. Yes, parents that drive terribly.
It's just parents that drive terribly.
Responsible people who are bad.
Parents being irresponsible is also a Ghibli trait as well, I guess.
It's true.
What else is there? So the gameplay itself, the main gameplay is very similar to like. I don't know why. I've played this and I was like, oh man, this is just like Kingdom Hearts 2 gameplay. Or Kingdom Hearts gameplay. But it's like
JRPG.
Yeah, it's like, it's action based. It's got your heavy, you got your light attack. But it's a little bit more nuanced than I guess like say Kingdom Hearts is. Like it's got a lot more other systems underneath it that's like, oh, you want to switch out this weapon because if you use another weapon you'll get its it's some stupid name. It's like its hit points up higher or something.
Okay.
It might be like skills or some stupid name. Anyway, you get those points up to 100%, and then you do a magic attack, and it makes the magic attack way more powerful. So there's like little underlying mechanics that make the combat a little more interesting. The main
kind of like a 2018 version of that game as opposed to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, exactly. Because I kept hearing that Kingdom Hearts is like, oh, it's really cool because you get to see all the Disney stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's why I play that game, to see all the Disney stuff. But the actual gameplay itself is bad.
Yep.
It's okay. It's passable.
Not very good. Yeah, passable is a good word.
Passable. But this game has actually like interesting gameplay as far as that goes. What other things are there about it? Yeah, it's cool to see a game like actually like a nowadays JRPG that's action based. Because I know Persona, that's like turn based, right?
Yeah, the combat's turn-based.
The closest thing maybe the new Final Fantasy that might be, because I know that's action.
Yeah.
Real time, but yes. I don't know if I want to get into that world. It seems weird. I'd rather do this whimsy fun world that's you get to build a kingdom, and it's all about building a cool kingdom and being awesome and taking resources and being cool. I don't know. I haven't gotten to
actually sounds pretty interesting.
It's really cool.
I mean, honestly, it was on my list of things of like games I wanted to get. It's just like the games I don't have time to play is the same as the follow.
Here's another JRPG.
I know. I still Persona.
I know. When you already have one, it's hard to really commit.
And God of War, which is not a short game either.
No.
Yeah.
Not JRPG length,
no,
but not
it's not,
short.
But it's not short.
Yeah.
No, so I have to play more. I mean, here's the thing: is because it's single player, I'm just kind of like, oh, I could just play it later. But I also really want to play it now. And I always just never have the desire to play it. But when I do play it, I'm like, this is really fun. I'm having a great time.
I get that.
And I love it a lot.
I definitely had games like that.
Yeah.
Like where the starting of the game is the hardest part, kind of thing.
Yeah, and once you
Especially
get
if
into
they're-
it,
Especially if they're big time sinks like those.
like this is a commitment to be like, oh, I have to play.
Yeah.
There's not like a quick save button. It's like, oh no, you have to get to
Yeah.
a certain spot to save.
Yes. Matt had that same thing with Persona 5 where it'd be like, oh, let's play it. Oh, wait, it's already like 10. Like,
You can't just play for
we
an
can't just
hour.
jump in. Yeah, you can't just jump in. Like, the game dictates when you can go in. If you're
Right.
stuck in a battle,
Yeah.
you're
Exactly.
screwed.
Exactly. One thing I will say is that the combat is a little too easy. Like, I actually just before I came on this podcast, I played a little bit more and tried to go against someone that was like 15 levels higher than me, and I almost beat. No, not 15. It was like maybe 5 or 6 levels higher than me, and it was like
Okay.
red, and it's like do not attack. And I was like, I'm gonna attack him because this game is so easy. I want a challenge, and they were able to beat me. Like I did die, but it was very
Mhm.
close. And I'm like, this game's a little easy, like really easy. I hope it kind of gets harder, though. I've heard a lot of criticisms that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I didn't think that would be a problem for me. I'd just be like, oh, I like easy games, but it's to the point where like they layer all these cool systems that seem interesting. You want to engage with them and kind of like optimize your character and like equip them with the best
Mhm.
stuff. But it's like, what's the point? Like, why should I
The
bother
game
with
doesn't
that?
give you a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If the game, I've heard that like maybe the default difficulty is not the way to play that game.
But I don't think there is anything besides the default difficulty.
Oh, really? Maybe
I
think that's
could
what
look
you
it up, but I don't think there is a way to do that because otherwise I would definitely bump it up a bit, like at least the next level.
Right, yeah.
Let's see. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search here. Everyone says difficulty settings ? So are there any difficulty
Survey
settings?
says.
Survey says there are no difficulty options.
Bummer.
Never mind.
So yeah, unless a patch came in. Apparently, I was reading somewhere that someone actually boosted some of the levels in like Cheat Engine on the PC version to say like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this a little bit harder." Like to actually
Just
make
bump
it
it up just a
challenging.
little.
Yeah, but anyway,
But
that
I-
game's really cool. I'm liking it a lot, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it. And Ding Dong Dell and all those other great silly names that are there.
Ding dong dell.
Yeah, I want to hear like 50 hours in how you're still like feeling about
Yeah,
it. you know?
I'll do another update when I get like 50 hours in or something, as opposed to
Yeah.
like, the scratch on the surface initial feelings. See how the
I'm curious
layering
about that.
goes. You know, yeah, it's just long JRPGs, man. It's such a commitment.
I
And I still
know.
need to beat the old Kingdom Hearts, but
Not missing much.
Nah, I
I-
don't know.
I never played them, so that's,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
saying
gonna
that.
say, yeah, you can't.
I'm saying that a little out of no knowledge, but
Hey man,
out
I
of
want to
ignorance.
see my Disney. I want to see my Disney in my video games. I want to see my Disney acting with my animes.
touch Disney, get fuzzy.
Yes.
That's what they say.
No, I don't like that.
Yep.
You know, one thing we do know is Norse mythology.
There you go. Yep, nailed it.
The world
Segue!
serpent.
That's a segue. And we're not playing God of War.
Yes, we have.
Yggdrasil,
There you go.
Yggdrasil.
Thor.
Yodermander.
Jorgermonder. Freya.
That's a good song.
Balder.
Gate.
I'm just
was
pulling
this word
anything I know from the
association?
game.
I like the words that are like hard to that look like they're hard to pronounce.
Like
the
Jorgermonder.
IKEA words.
Jorgenmunder.
Yeah.
Jotunheim.
God of War.
So Amber, I've heard
Hard
Matt already
time.
talk about it, so I don't care about his opinion. What have you been thinking?
I've got more. I've got more
I've
opinions
got more
now.
Oh, I'm
opinions.
sure you do.
Amber, go ahead.
It's all right. No, it's a fun game. It's
It's fun.
it's so initially it's kind of a slow start, and I know everyone says that.
Everyone does say that.
But it is really like it's intriguing in that like I was like from the get-go I'm like interested, you know, in the boy Kratos, their relationship, like already is tonally much more interesting than anything I saw from the previous God of Wars, which were definitely not geared towards I don't know, like female with a brain. So
Okay. Dang, yeah,
Wow.
just dumb boys without brains.
Dumping any women who happen to like that game.
dumb boys without brains. That's exactly what it's for. Just God of War, although that combat system is always I love that kind of combo, kind of melee smashy combat. Those games I never had an interest in playing because they just everything I saw just kind of deterred me from them, which always sucked. This God of War, this little God of War mine, it's good. Yeah, the beginning is yeah, it's kind of slow, and I think the biggest kind of hurdle is the combat. I mean, from the get-go, they throw a lot of systems on you, which are not that difficult. There's just a lot of them.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
kinda.
they don't. But you didn't play the first 2 hours. Is the thing.
No, I did. I took the journey with you.
No, but like you jumped in a little bit later after we'd already got some like, new moves and stuff.
I mean, in that I put my hands on the controller, yeah, but
Yeah.
I was still taking the journey.
I feel like
with
that's
you.
different though, because like I didn't feel like they loaded too many systems on you. They don't.
I felt like.
Are you saying watching and playing a game are different?
No.
Yeah, I am. This is a new hot take. I'm saying now.
We agree to disagree, but it's quite a few
Watching-
systems. But
Sorry,
you also just there's not
But how can it be a slow start and also load you with too much stuff at the beginning? That's
that could be the same thing. Like the pacing is a little slow in the beginning, and I think a hurdle is that the combat it takes a little bit to grapple with in that like you don't have a lot of moves or a lot of options you can do when you're fighting like a slew of enemies, so you kind of feel overwhelmed on top of there being like multiple systems because you got upgrades for your axe, you got runes, you got or not runes, you got a talisman that you can use. You also have enchantments for all of your weapons, and each weapon or armor set can have a slot.
Ooh.
You can then upgrade your slot. There are also different armors you can get that you can build. And this is all thrown to you in the first, I'd say like 6 hours, maybe 5 hours. So it's a little like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's a little like you're kind of like kind of parsing through some of that a little bit. And I know both Matt and I, in the beginning, were getting a little frustrated with the combat.
Mhm.
But it definitely takes a turn. And I think everyone kind of mentions the same moment. There's one particular moment in the story where the story kind of gets going. More characters are introduced that kind of add more personality and levity to the story. So it's not just brooding Kratos and his poor kid who's just trying to hang out with his dad.
Yeah, and the combat gets you, and you get more options as the combat goes on.
Yeah.
So like stuff starts to really like give you like I don't think the first hours are bad. I think that
No, they're
I think
not.
they're just like a very steady ramp up.
Yes.
And I think that one thing I've heard as a criticism of the game too is that it can drag a little bit in its like main plot. And I feel like if you were like playing this game just to see what happens in the main plot, then I can definitely agree with that. Because there's like there's a bit of a like thing that happens in a lot of video games. I'm gonna try and spoil anything here, but like we have to do X. Like we have to cross this stream, and it's like, okay, cool. Well, there's nothing we can't cross the stream because it's like we don't have a bridge. It's like, okay, well, let's go over here and
Yeah.
get this log so we can build a bridge. Okay, we went all the way over there and got the logs. Now we're gonna put the log down. Oh no, like some dragon came along and grabbed the log,
Mm.
and now we're gonna have to go after that
Yeah.
dragon. That dragon, and it's like, okay, now we're gonna go get the dragon. So we killed the dragon. The dragon broke the log when we got to him. So now we're gonna have to go find a new thing. And it's kind of like that, like where
Yeah.
it's like we have a goal and we're just gonna keep almost getting to it, and then every time we almost do, it doesn't do it. But
Yeah.
I will honestly say, like the main thrust of the like motivating like story is not really as important as like the interactions between the characters.
Yes,
That's like the reason that you play the game, and that stuff is all really good
Yes.
and has been going. And that is its own story that takes you on an arc
Yeah.
that's satisfying.
Yeah. The main interactions between Kratos and
Where
his
you're
son.
going is just kind of an excuse to have interactions. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just kind of like we need to get here to do this,
And even
and on the way
interactions
we're gonna do a bunch of stuff.
and even interactions with the other side characters. Like there
Yes,
are 2
those are
dwarfs
great.
you interact with, which are probably some of the funnest characters in the game. There's
Are
another
they
character.
like Sans and
Yes,
like them.
one of them has different. They both have different fonts. They talk in.
I love the
Um,
fonts?
They are brothers, so I'll give you that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dwarf
But-
brothers.
Yep.
Yep.
Nailed it. But yeah,
One of them
it's-
really likes spaghetti.
God, I wish that make it so perfect.
No, they're great. All the characters are really great.
Yes.
The the giant serpent's great.
Your
Uh,
Jormungandr, the world serpent.
Jormungandr. I can never pronounce his name
He
right.
has a good
Jormungandr.
voice.
He's got the best
He's got
voice.
such a good voice. So you
I've heard he does. I've not seen it, so I don't want to hear
It's
it.
pretty good. Well, not to spoil too much, but there's a kind of a main hub area that you kind of end up a lot in, do a lot of
it's
side
got a lot of
quests.
like the structure is very Tomb Raider, newish Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like those. There's
But-
not enough of those in games, I feel.
Yeah, but there's like a main hub area. It's this lake, and where the world serpent kind of hangs out, and he's just there. And every once in a while, just like, yep, that's the world serpent. He's just right over there, looking at us. Cool. He's just around.
Yeah,
He's cool.
They put a lot of thought into the detail of the
Yes.
world, and like different things that you do in the story will affect the way the world like not only looks but like how it actually like physically plays, how
Yeah.
you navigate it, and things like that.
Yeah.
And all sorts of cool little changes like that.
There's also a boat ton of lore. It is lore heavy.
Give me that.
but it tells
lore.
you in a really great way through these
Yes.
conversations between the characters
Yes.
that happen while you're playing the game without having to like stop and pause and listen to an audiobook or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's told like through this story way where like it's like like Kratos telling his son a story, or the kid explaining something that Kratos doesn't know about like the Norse mythology.
Yeah.
And then like if you stop and get into combat or get interrupted in any way, like one of the characters will actually address it and be like, not now, let's finish this later, and then like they'll bring it back up again next time you get into
Yeah.
like a quiet moment.
Yeah.
And in a really natural way too, of like not just being like anyway and then like just like finishing it. It's like, so what were we talking about? We were talking about this, and like explaining like where they left off and then like continuing it. So it's like a really natural dialogue system.
The dialogue's also very well written, and like it, like even just as simple as the dialogue between Kratos and his son, Atreus. I'm super blanking on his
His
name.
boy.
His
His
boy.
name's Boy.
Yeah, his name's Boy. It's really well written, and something that they do a lot throughout the game is the game's very self-aware, and that it will point out stuff like, wait, how is this doing this? Like there's literally a character you'll go on to maybe another area, and that character is like there set up, and you're like, that is physically impossible. And the characters will be like, how did you get
yeah.
here? And they'll be like, like they'll have like a an in-world reason, but it's like
Mhm.
it addresses a lot of that stuff. Like, hey, why are you here alone? Like, shouldn't you be with so and so? And they're like, I'm just taking a time out. Like, there's
It's
all
like
these.
it's like this area was only big enough to fit one character in for this for this store.
Yeah,
But we'll have like a line of dialogue explaining it.
yeah.
Because we know the
it's-
player's gonna ask it. There's other times too where you like get back from a story mission or something like that, and stuff around it is changed, and it's like, all right, now we got to go do the next thing on the main quest. It's like, or we could just go open every chest in the area, like I know you want to. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characters will say like, we can just explore.
It's like-
Like,
He's like, Kratos is like, why did you not do this? And he's like, well, I figured you wanted to go ahead and like smash every pot nearby.
Yeah,
or
something like that. Like, I know you love opening or like open every I love. We say don't get caught up looting and smashing pots. I know you guys love doing that or something.
Yeah,
It's
there's
pretty
there's
good.
there's lots of little like asides like
That's
that.
good. It's
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's really well written, and yeah,
And the combat is fun, honestly. Once
Yes.
you get into it, there's some really challenging stuff in there.
yeah. Like even there are some like kind of combat arenas you can come across, and while very challenging, even just trying to tackle those are fun.
And
Except
all
for-
the side stuff is very unique. It doesn't. None,
Yeah.
none of it feels like side quests in like normal games. Like collect 10 of these and come back. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It never feels like that. It's like
like, even though they are fetch quests, like they don't feel like
there,
fetch
well, there a
quests.
lot of them, like almost all of them, bring you into like unique areas.
Yeah.
And like give you like a completely separate little mini story to go do. Like
Yeah.
that you wouldn't have had to do at all if you didn't go there.
Yeah, like here's this king, and this was his kingdom, and what
And
happened.
Yeah, and there's like no
here.
reason to go there for the plot. You'll never go there for the main plot, but like it's still like has this whole other area they designed for this side quest.
Yeah.
Game is good. That
Yes.
game is good.
Yep.
And it should It deserves its praise. I don't think it's like the perfect game that everyone was freaking out about,
No.
but it
I
definitely
don't know
is.
if
a
anyone
very,
was
very
saying
good
that. I
game.
know a lot of people were saying like it's
Yeah,
really
I
good.
think it
it's
just got
just-
good reviews.
Yeah.
It was just like the climax of everybody at the same time shouting it how good it
Yeah.
was. Each individually probably weren't even saying it was the best thing ever. Just
Yeah.
like
And it's like, I think when we were initially playing it, like I think even at one point, Matt was just playing through and I was kind of bouncing off it a little bit. And I was like, no, I might go play Spelunky in the other room. I don't know. And but then as it kind of continued, I got more and more interested, and it kind of clicked with me where I'm like, I understand now why people were, kind of praising this game. It's a very good game. Like it has deserved a lot of that positive review justly. So it's a good game.
hmm
Good to hear. Good to
Yep.
hear. I'll check it out maybe some point. I don't know. I still have that resistance to be like, I should play the first 3 games, even though I played the first one.
I have not touched a God of War game, and although there are definitely,
I know.
I think
There's
things-
definitely more direct callbacks to the first games than I thought there would be.
yeah, there
Um,
is some stuff, but like even for someone like me who has just the
yeah.
smallest passing knowledge of that stuff, it doesn't hinder on that. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely its own thing.
Things that you need to know. Kratos was an asshole. Kratos murdered a lot of people.
His wife and child died.
Kratos killed all the gods, and Kratos is
the god of
is
war.
the god of war.
Yeah.
That's I guess
That's like the
those are all the
extent.
things you need to know.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. I
Yeah.
think
Anything else will kind of
the-
tell
the
you,
game
even if
will
you
explain.
didn't. So
All right.
it's good.
I know that, but in the
I-
back of my
I
mind,
know.
I'm still just like, oh, I want to still check out the other ones.
I think
dumb.
it's hard to know how far we're in. We're probably like
We're-
70%.
Yeah, we're closing in on the end
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
of the story here.
Yeah, it definitely feels like we're coming to more of a climax.
Yeah, so that's all the games that we played this week.
No.
Oh, right. There's a few small games that Amber played.
I played a couple small ones, so I don't spend a lot of time on them.
Little games.
Little games. But I finally, after maybe a year or so, I finally check out Alto's Adventure.
Oh yeah. Well, I
What-
played that one a little late too.
Yep. And I think that's how I remembered it, because you had mentioned it like back on Game of the Year stuff. And I had not like bought a phone game that I really gotten into in like eons, so I finally was like, I'll check this out. I'll pay their money.
Does it cost money? I thought it was free.
Yes, no, it's like $4 or $5. It's
How
not cheap.
dare they?
Yeah, how dare they? So I played that and got like super into it for like a good
Really?
couple weeks. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Just
I really
like
like that
something
game, but
Yeah, just I don't know what it was. I think it's just, again, haven't played a phone game in a long time, but something about it. Brief overview: Alto's Adventure is a snowboarding game, 2D kind of a, gosh, what do you call it? Like a jetpack joyride kind of system where it's an endless runner where you try to get as far as you can, and then if you check off certain I don't know goals that you're trying to hit, then you'll proceed to next level, get more gold, and unlock characters in this game. Game is very, very pretty as you're snowboarding down this mountain.
It is. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah, and you try to catch all these alpacas.
Yeah, llamas. I think they're llamas.
I think they're llamas. And you can grind, you do jumps, you do backflips for tricks. You can at a certain point you will pass by an elder who will try to come at you and smack you over the head, and you have to try to outrun them. So it's a fun little game. I greatly enjoyed it. And so after playing that, I heard they come out with a new game not that long ago, like 2 months ago, called Alto's Odyssey.
I've heard of
So
those.
So I finally decided to check that out, and kind of bummed to say it's basically the same game.
That's kind of what I read. That's why I didn't download it, because I heard it
Yeah.
was very similar, and I was just like, "Oh, really? That's kind of it. That's kind of disappointing."
Yeah, like I haven't played too much of it, but it's like I played maybe like 20 minutes, but it seems almost like the exact same thing. Like even the tutorials, like the exact same thing. You jump over rocks, you grind on rails. There are goals for you. You're snowboarding. You're just like on the sand in the desert, as opposed to like up on a mountain. And
Are there
like,
still alpacas?
no, there are no alpacas
Well,
or llamas this
gar-
time.
No.
Mm.
No
the
llamas.
What's the
same.
point?
Not the
What
same.
kind of Odyssey is that without llamas?
I know. And like as opposed
Even
to like
Mario Odyssey had llamas.
Oh man, he's right.
Yeah.
Did it? Wait.
I don't
know.
remember. Probably.
It had sheep.
everything.
It had sheep. It had sheep.
And dogs.
And dogs.
And
for the worst.
dinosaurs. And dinosaurs.
Oh,
And
man.
taxis.
It really
And
had it all when you
frogs.
break it down. Yeah, so I was kind of
And
bummed.
DeBows.
The house.
I was hoping it'd be like a like a step like a step
Step
forward.
up to the streets.
I hope it'd be like step up to the streets. No, I hope it'd be like some sort of evolution of that game, like probably still an endless runner, but doing more, having more maybe systems in it. But it seems almost the exact same thing, just a different setting. I will say maybe some of the controls feel a little bit better. You kind of backflip real slow in the first one, and I think the backflipping's a little tighter. But like other than that, not.
I was gonna say, would you say if someone has neither played either of these, should they get Odyssey as opposed to Adventure?
I guess, but
Are they both the same price or?
I think so. I believe. You know what? Adventure might be a little cheaper now because it's been out for a while. I can double
Mhm.
check. But oh, no, actually I can't because I bought both of them. So I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I don't know. There was a kind of a charm in the first one, and not to say the second one doesn't have that, and maybe it's tarnished because I played the first one first, but I don't know. I didn't find the second one as charming. It's very pretty. Like it's got hot air balloons you can jump on and stuff, and like ruins, and it's cool. But yeah, and maybe I guess it's hard to say. Yeah, I guess the second one probably.
They're both the same price. Altos Adventure and Altos Odyssey are both $4.99.
Okay, so there you go. So yeah, I guess like maybe Odyssey is a little more streamlined, but honestly, they're so similar that like I don't think there's a huge difference between either of them. So yeah. So enjoy the first one, second one's it's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Good to
Same.
hear. Good
Yeah.
to hear, though.
Yeah. So I hope they make. I think actually I looked up that studio and they plan on making like after the success of Alto's Adventure, they plan to make a lot more games. So I want to see more. All
Like
mobile
different
games.
types of games, not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Angry Bird, not like Rovio,
No.
where they made the same game over and over again.
I think there was like a puzzle game that looked a little bit like Monument Valley esque.
Okay.
It seemed kind of interesting. So they definitely are like they now have like 3 games. I think they announced that they kind of are in the works for now. So I want to see more from them. They have a cool style.
There's another game on here that is not made by them and has no ratings currently, but is Odin's Adventures. And
Yes.
It looks like exactly the same thing, but on a bike.
Ah,
Yep.
yes.
It's like the same art style almost, but not as good looking.
Is it free?
Yeah.
Yep. I think I saw that one too because I was like, here's the exact same game, but it's free.
Yep.
That's
And it's also
scuzzy.
not like it doesn't look as nice like the
No, of course not.
the Altos one has a very good visual
Yes.
style.
All very good, very smooth. Like the backgrounds change. It's really pretty. So check it out.
All right. Well, with all that done, it's time for the news,
Oh.
which we've got a lot of because we missed last week. So let's try and go through
Yeah, some of these we can go through pretty
semi
quickly.
quickly here.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Nintendo Switch Online
oh yeah, they announced
is
some
now
stuff.
a real thing. It's a couple weeks ago now, so most of you've already heard of it. But they have the what is the thing that it's called here?
Internet.
The Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online is their subscription based.
Oh, yeah.
Get NES games for a monthly fee, and you'll be able to play them for as long as you want. We'll add new games every month. It's going to start with 20 games. It's going to be the normal online mode if you want to play multiplayer like in Splatoon or Mario Kart 8 or ARMS.
Nah, no one's playing those.
Aw.
Will be like I think it's like $20 a year,
Yes.
or like $3 a month. The $20 a year obviously being cheaper.
I think it's $4 a month. Oh no,
$4
yeah,
yeah,
$4
yeah.
a month or 3 months for $8.
It's really
3
reasonable.
months for $8 or 12 months for $20.
Yeah.
So
They
it's
know they don't
obviously-
have a very good
No, I feel like
online
that's
offering.
I feel like that's the most they could have asked. Like without.
There's also a
pissing
family
people off.
membership program which allows you to get up to 7 other people all
Oh,
on
yeah.
the service.
All right, let's all sign up, guys.
Well, so and that's the thing that they did not specify is what does that mean? Does it mean on the same Switch or just?
I think it specifically says they do not have to be on the same Switch.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Whoop. Um,
That seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, for that, I guess it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Um,
what. That's like less than $2 a month. Like
Yeah,
a
something
dollar.
like that. I mean, it's pretty cheap, but I mean, even $20 a year is not bad. Like that's
No,
it's not
pretty
that bad.
doable for most people.
Yes.
And the other thing that they give you besides online play, they give you the backups, cloud saves. It looks like.
Yes.
Finally.
That's the other
Yeah,
big
nice.
thing.
you cloud saves.
Yep.
Which is weird because I think most other consoles give that to you for free.
It is. I think PlayStation you have to have PS Plus.
I thought like there was. I think
you,
it's.
you pay separately for the cloud saves on Nintendo. That's what everyone's
Yeah, I thought like something about like PlayStation's doesn't sync automatically or something like that unless you pay for Plus or something weird like that. But I think you can still do cloud saves. But I could be completely wrong on that. I don't know. So then we got let's see, you got your good old voice chat app. The other cool thing is you get Nintendo NES games.
Yes.
Yeah, we mentioned that. That's the 20 NES games.
Oh
they'll
yeah,
be
sorry,
adding.
you're right. Yeah, but they have the cool thing where you can play like they have online play, which is neat. But yeah, I don't know. It seems neat. We think you guys are gonna get it?
Probably. Probably.
I don't know.
I don't know.
mean,
Like it's not super.
well, I don't know how many
compelling to
games
me.
I play online.
Yeah, like maybe when the
Yeah.
first cool online Nintendo game comes out, maybe I'll get it. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe if Animal Crossing requires online, if they do Animal
Yeah.
Crossing, too.
Cause like I have Mario Kart, but I don't play that online.
Yeah.
I don't even think we'll really be playing Smash,
Smash,
online.
I mean, it could be-
yeah, even Smash I probably wouldn't
Smash.
play online. Maybe I would, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Play with friends. Play with
Yeah,
friends
play with you
online.
guys, I guess.
Eh.
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 So anyway, it's interesting. I'm glad they finally clarified some of this stuff. But yeah, it doesn't sound like anything about the virtual console. Seems to be kind of like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to have any old
Yeah.
games on here unless you want to pay the subscription thing. So
Yeah.
and you can
We
play
shouldn't be
really really old
surprised.
games. Yeah, we shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, just the really, really
Like
old
the
one.
oldest games.
Yep.
All right, so
Some news about Amazon not having PlayStation 4, specifically Sony's PlayStation 4 games.
yeah, the exclusive
Available.
ones.
Yeah, which implies, although it does not, we do not know the right answer. It implies some sort of disagreement between Amazon and Sony.
The technical term
Um,
is beef, Matt.
The
Yeah,
technical
they're
term is
beef.
beef. It is true.
Beef.
That is the official term. And lawyers will use that in their opening arguments. Yeah,
so-
that definitely implies that I think the most obvious thing is that Amazon offers 20% off of the game when you
Yes.
pre-order through them, and I bet Sony doesn't like that because they would rather people pre-order through the
'cause
PS4.
On Best Buy, you do the same thing if you have the gamer reward thing,
Hmm.
which is similar to Amazon's Prime thing, and they still are. You're able to pre-order the new Spider-Man game. I'm looking at
It's
right
true,
now.
but Amazon probably takes a bigger cut of the market share than Best Buy does.
That's probably true. You're
Yeah.
probably right about that, but that still
You know what
seems
I
kind
mean?
of. I don't
Like
know.
everyone has Prime.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree that it's silly to do it for one and not the other, but I bet it's just a thing of like, well,
Something that's petty.
look at
as
look at
that.
our sales numbers and how many of them are coming from Amazon. This many,
Yeah, and it
which means
does.
we're not making that much money on our store or something. You know, I don't know. It could be something even really minor and dumb too. Like they just like.
I'm
need to get a
looking
license
at it
agreement
now, and
or
I'm
something
seeing like, is it for pre-order only games? Is apparently God of War had it too.
I think it's like their upcoming game. The games that are upcoming are no longer being sold. They're
Mm.
like
Yeah, so you can go and buy a game currently out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I see God of War on here, so it must be something to do with maybe that. Maybe you're right about the 20% thing, but that just seems really weird. It just seems weird. I guess they
it's
must be-
weird, but it sounds like weird.
The Best Buy one's just not as
business.
well known, you know.
I know it's secret good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
You're
It's
the
good,
only
dude.
person
I'm
I
the only
know that
person.
talks
Yeah.
about it.
No, man, it's the best. I've heard it lots of times on other podcasts. It's I got just $20 right now and gift cards for buying Nino Kuni, and I was just like, cool. I got these gift cards to buy more games. Like it's great. I love it.
That's how they get you, man.
I know. That's how they keep me on
You're a
physical
part of
media.
their system.
Yeah, the system saves me money. Is it a bad
Oh,
system?
you right.
Anyway, but yeah, that's a weird thing. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I saw that news story and I'm like, huh. All right.
Hmm.
Oh well.
So we got some news about some Steam drama going on a
Some-
game called
Uh,
Steam.
Yep.
Rails
Oh,
to Riches.
the irony's not lost on anyone. Don't worry.
No, it's pretty good.
Mhm.
Apparently they've been drumming up some fake reviews.
Yep.
Fake
I'm
reviews.
Putting them on their game to try to boost it up, which is bad because honestly, when I look at some of those games that pop up, I see the reviews first and I look at them like, oh wow, people seem to really be enjoying this game. I might be more interested to check it out.
I mean, it's the way we base everything. It's the way how we look up restaurants and
It's
like
true.
stuff on Amazon. We look
But
we're
there's
like,
so
we're
much
right, what
stuff
are their
now. There's
reviews?
only one way to really figure out what's worth my time. You know, and there's so,
Yes.
especially when there's
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
games. So you're right. So yeah, they started drumming it up, and developers have been straight up kicked off of Steam.
And they also like, I mean, not that they could like deny very much, but they sent out a statement that said like, you were right, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we did that. They're a Polish studio, and they're just like, yep, we were doing all of this. So
Yeah, they said they
there you
never
go.
paid for any reviews. It was one of those. We did 6 fake accounts on Steam, and I did it in an amateur way. Very simple.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, they're very small, but still,
Yeah.
it's like you should.
They're trying to get, because there's about what, like, I think approximately like a kajillion games on Steam. So
A
they're trying to
quadrillion
kind
is
of
usually a pretty good number.
kajillion, yeah. So they're trying to, wade out of the mire.
Mhm.
Looks like they got caught.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he was like it's like a fifth passion, so to speak. Like he was mad about some negative reviews, so he went and created some fake accounts to from the
As
same
you do.
computer.
Yep.
As you do, like just like we do all the time
Just
for our
every
podcast.
time we make it, every time we
So
see
we
a
wanna
bad
talk
review on our
about
podcast, we just post a couple of good ones. It's just the way of the world.
It's just how business works.
That's just business, man.
It's just business. You're gonna go create some Yelp accounts.
Create some fake Yelp accounts. Start my own business.
Yeah.
Review it a few times. It's the best. All right, so Microsoft has released this really cool new controller created entirely for players with disabilities.
Yep.
This is an
Um,
awesome thing. Like,
it
this
is
has been
really
talked about a
cool.
lot.
It's really cool because it's like super moddable too. Like depending on whatever you have, like there's lots of
Yeah,
different
it's got
things
a
you can
bunch of
hook
little
up to it.
attachments into that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like all
So
these
it's not just for Microsoft. You could attach this to almost like a lot of different systems.
Have they
Yeah.
set a price with this thing?
I believe it's $100, maybe $90.
That's kind of a bummer. I mean,
I mean, for
I
such
gotta
a
double
niche
check.
thing.
I get it. I get it's a niche thing. I was like,
Hey man, it's either like yeah,
think about all the things that you're gonna have to buy to plug. Like if you want to do extra stuff, you got attachments, right? So it's like, or does it come with the whole kit?
I think it doesn't come with the whole kit. I don't think it does. I'm just trying to look at this stuff because it's a big drop of news they put down. Let's see.
Yeah. Also has
Um,
like I think close to 1 million ports on the back.
yeah, which is cool.
It has
I mean,
one for every button, I think, and other stuff too, I think as well. But like,
Yeah.
one for every button in the controller, so you can have like all these separate buttons that come off of it
Yep.
to do individual functions.
you could plug in like a nunchuck because some people find that easier to control, like a
Yeah.
Wii.
Yeah,
Wii
and it
nunchuck.
looked exactly like the Wii
I
nunchuck.
think it might be. No, it's not. It's like a USB version, but yeah, you'd have to buy that.
Mm.
And I think it's coming to. Well, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember when we went to Indiecade a couple years ago and they had like that section just for disability gamers, and it was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
whole bunch of like
Oh, yeah.
prototype controllers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I do remember seeing something fairly similar to this.
I wonder if Microsoft like
Bought that.
yeah
or,
bought that because they thought it
or-
was a good idea.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Maybe they did. But yeah,
it
it
has
has
like
a
a whole
battery.
like stand thing you can put it on.
Yeah,
like-
Yeah.
and it has like a
Put
bunch
on
of
the floor,
ports
on
on the
the
back that are
table.
apparently industry standard sizes. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, and the ports are like every button. The
Yeah.
ports like every button on the controller, so like
Yeah.
you can individually map every single button.
Yes.
Including the analog stick clicking, the D-pad, every
bumpers, the
trigger, the start
triggers.
button. So then you can put all these different like switches or buttons that,
Yeah.
that you just any existing ones that you may have.
According to this
or-
article, they're just
display.
3.5 millimeter jacks, which is
Yep.
just the
Standard.
the
Yeah,
standard
standard
for
stuff.
assistant input devices, which is cool.
Yeah, like so,
maybe-
like iPhones and I'm sure Android too, but iPhones definitely have like an accessibility setting in their settings to like you can customize your thing. So whatever accessibility device you have that you plug into the jack, it'll then, or a wireless one even, you can then customize it in the settings to do whatever function you need it
Yeah.
to do.
so like
And
for
this,
example,
this looks
here-
like it's doing that for a controller.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have a dude on here who I believe he's missing all his fingers on his left hand, and he's using
Yes.
his foot to also help like control some of the stuff. They're using a foot
Yeah.
pedal, like 2 different foot pedals, that's really cool. Like once you get used to that, like that's awesome. I'm still looking for the dang price though. Like, I can't find it. They did announce it.
On the article.
Yeah. I don't see it in the article.
I don't either.
Oh yeah, it's $100. Yeah.
It's $100.
Which is, it's expensive, but
For other stuff that there's a thing there's a charity called Able Gamers. And I wonder if that's the thing that we're thinking about
I think so.
and they worked with them to make this. That might be part of
Oh,
it.
maybe.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, it's just a piece of equipment, and this is specialty stuff, so it's not like the worst thing it could be for that price range. I was just like curious.
it looks really pretty. Like, it's a
Yeah.
really pretty looking
It
device.
is well designed. Like it's
Yeah.
not
It
like
doesn't cheap thing.
no.
That's cool. That's really awesome. We were talking about it before, and like obviously none of us have a accessibility need for this controller, but I'd love to just like play around with it. It'd be
Yeah.
cool to just like
Or just
kinda,
see
like,
it, yeah.
Yeah, see it in
Interesting.
person.
It doesn't look. The thing is, it doesn't look super functional.
No,
out of
it
the box.
doesn't.
Like,
I wouldn't necessarily say like, oh, I can't wait to try it out in my games. It was more like I just like to kind of see how it works.
no,
like,
I
to
know, but I
remove
mean, I
it.
feel like if people who get this, who may have disabilities, I mean, probably if you have a disability, you probably have a bunch of stuff to help you do things in life that can attach to this already. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like if you don't have those things, you'd have to then go out and buy a bunch of
Yeah,
extra stuff.
Because
on
like,
top.
Yeah.
there's no way I don't think this will work on its own. Like, it just emulates like it kind of looks like Steam controller buttons, where it's like you
Yeah.
can just kind of move left and right on the pads as
Yeah.
opposed to the stick. But yeah, I don't know, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
And over here, Sony is
They are ending the physical production of Vita games.
we're over here shutting things down, closing things
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, so Sony announced that they're gonna stop doing all Vitas. You know,
Not the
as
Vita
you do.
itself, just the game.
just the games. Yeah, they said
Are the
Sony's
Vitas-
American and European branches plan to end all Vita game card production by close of fiscal year 2018.
Haven't there been like rumors that the Vita itself is going to be discontinued?
Yeah, that's
Like,
been
that's been
rumors
like
for
a
the
long
last
time
like,
years.
years. But Stardew Valley's coming to it, so I don't know. Like,
Oh gosh, that's
people are
right.
still making games for it, and I think
Undertale, I think, came out this year.
Yeah,
on
it's kind of doing a weird like survival of like what the Switch could be, because as much as the Switch is cool, like the Vita is also much smaller and more portable.
Right. It was made for portability, whereas Switch was made for this duality of
This
portable
duality
and
thing.
home.
So I can see some people really liking it, but it's kind of like it's definitely more and more on its last legs.
Yep.
Um,
It's kind of this is kind of like it's not the final straw that broke the camel's back, but it's definitely
It's
like
the final countdown.
It's like the
mostly final
third.
countdown.
It's the third nail in the coffin, you know.
What other
You
other
can still stick your
ones
hand, the
caveats
Vita
can
can
we
still stick its
say?
hand out and get some splitters on the outside and wave to everyone
Play
goodbye.
Steam games on your phone.
All right, next news story.
Steam
We,
games.
we,
on the
we,
phone.
we are like we are. This is a long. We've got a lot of news to get
You're
through.
right.
You're right. You're right. I apologize. So you can play
You
Steam games.
on your phone.
you
It's
can
just it's
Steam
just
Link-
more streaming.
It's just you want some Steam Link. It's now on your phone. You can now
Cool.
stream some games on your phone. It can connect to certain controllers, mostly Steam
I think if you
controllers,
have
and
a,
MiFi
yeah, if you
and
have like a
and
MiFi
MiFi
controller for Apple
controllers.
devices.
Yeah, you got all that stuff, so you can then try doing it. So I might give it a go. Just
Cliff
give it some
Blazinski.
fun. Hey, I was saying I was trying to go.
Cliff
Go.
Blazinski. Cliff Blazinski.
Okay, great. That's not news. That's not news.
He is leaving Bosky.
No, he's not. Bosky.
I'm
That's
sorry. He steps away and says Bosky Productions is no more.
Yep, but this is like maybe
he steps
a
away
month.
because the whole thing is done. The
whole thing's gone.
Weirdly worded article.
Yes.
I rewrote it to give it a better.
So Bosky Productions is gone.
Which made Lawbreakers and most recently Radical Heights.
Yes.
Radical Heights. And which is sad because
It's a bummer.
it's a bummer because I mean, yeah, it sounds like Lawbreakers obviously didn't have anyone. It sounded like Radical Heights did okay at the beginning, but then kind of dropped players off because
Well, it was just like he said it in his own little thing. Is like it was too little, too late. Like
Yeah.
they like, scrambled to make it. They threw it out there,
Shocking.
and I mean it wasn't like bad. Again, just like Lawbreakers, no one said it was bad. Like they're like it's just not enough. It wasn't like it didn't sell 1 billion copies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was too
So
it was too
therefore,
crowded of a
not enough.
market.
Yeah, now it is. Thanks, Call of Duty.
Yeah, yeah. To be big like Call of Duty, man. got
Yep.
big. So that's sad. That's sad to see that. I was really sad to kind of read that. So it's just done. So I don't know what he's gonna do
Yep.
now. He says he might step away from development for a while.
It's probably a little burnt out. Sounds like.
Yeah, that can't be great to like spend all
It's
that
not a
time
great feeling, I
working
bet.
And then
To
Yeah.
start up your own studio and have it fail on the first big thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
He was getting a little bit of crap on Twitter for them kind of making it about him a little bit.
As opposed to the studio.
Yeah, about as
Yeah.
opposed to the studio, but that kind of like felt like it was his baby probably. It
Yeah.
was like I think it was specifically that like he was getting mad at people for leaving his company like 3 weeks ago or something like that, and then it's like but also I'm firing the people that I'm I'm
everyone
letting
close up
everybody go
everything.
that stays. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everyone
It's
gets
like-
laid off anyway. Yeah, I get it. Also, what was interesting is he put out some tweets that had like rejected games that
a
no
bunch of
publisher
concepts
wanted.
that they were trying to like desperately fish around to big
And
studios.
some of those
to-
concepts seem pretty cool. I wonder if like
yeah, they do.
um
They all seem cool.
what was one of them? It was like a go-kart type Mario Kart with like riding animals, like people ride animals and stuff. and,
Okay.
like, seemed neat. All right, so
Speaking of Resident Evil,
speaking of Resident Evil, yeah, we were just talking
Uh-huh.
about that. They're making a Monster Hunter movie with Mila Jovovich. Jovovich. That's how you say her name.
Yep.
Starring
Oh,
it.
she's the one from Resident Evil.
She's the
and
Resident
Fifth
Evil.
Element, the better movie.
Yeah, and also to be directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, who directed Mortal Kombat
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
all 6 Resident Evil movies. Or
Perfect.
not all of them. Sorry, 4 of the 6. My bad. I believe he's also
Which four?
married
This is
to.
important.
Yeah, the good four or the bad, or
Yeah.
the bad two?
Are there such things that exist?
No, I haven't seen any of them. They all look bad.
Yeah, they're not good.
Not good.
Um,
You're looking to see if he's married to Mila Jovovich.
she is. He's married. I knew it.
Oh, okay. that
Um,
actually explains a lot about those movies and why she's still making them.
Yep. So yeah, so they're gonna make that at some point. They're also working with, it makes sense because Capcom, did Resident Evil, so maybe this will actually come to pass because all this stuff's coming together. I don't know what you can make out of a Monster movie because the reason those games
Is
have
she gonna
bad
be
Yeah,
like-
stories.
Monster Hunter has had a terrible plot, and it all.
Is she
always
the
has.
handler or whatever it's
God,
called?
should be the handler.
Yep.
When
no,
in
she's
doubt,
gonna-
take
she's
a
actually-
bite.
She's actually gonna be Fiverr Bro.
Fiverr Pro. My favorite.
My favorite character.
Fiverr Bro, my favorite character.
No,
I
she's
hope-
gonna be
She's actually the
Zora Magdaros.
She's Zora.
Zora Magdaros. I hope she's just.
Wait till you see the armor you get off her.
That's
Link.
Monster Hunter sounds like a dumb thing to make a movie of, but again, a lot of anime
What?
movies are pretty dumb. So
I mean, it's gonna be like Resident Evil, and that it's adjacent to whatever that's about, but has almost
But-
nothing to
but-
do
but-
what that's about.
but Monster like Resident Evil has a plot. Like Monster Hunter has there's a giant monster. We should go kill a bunch of small monsters until that we can that big.
True, but how much do the Resident Evil movies give a crap about the plot of the Resident Evil games?
Well, at least they have like.
They say
stuff
like
going on.
Umbrella Corps and
Yeah. Monster Hunter
and
has
there's
none of that.
zombies.
Yeah. I don't
So,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it gives you since the plot's so thin, maybe it gives them more free reign to just kind of be like,
Yeah.
whatever, we'll do whatever. And now as long as the cool monsters appear, people probably don't care. Like,
Yeah. I'd rather that maybe you have more room for maybe a semi-decent story, but I don't know.
I
It's-
don't think.
But
that
no,
at all.
because it's the director
no.
from
I don't
Resident
think it's gonna
so
be good,
no.
but I'll watch
No.
it anyway because I like Monster Hunter. And it's
because
good.
Ethan's trash.
Yay! Hey!
No,
Hey!
Ethan just likes trash. That's
I like
different from
trash
being
sometimes.
trash.
Sometimes you
Oh,
want
it's
trash. I like
fine.
I'm really in the Monster Hunter world. I would like to play. I would like to watch a movie on it, even though it would probably be bad.
You right.
I like bad things
We
sometimes.
got.
Speaking of
Switch
Nintendo,
stocks. No, we weren't speaking of Nintendo at all. That was not.
speaking
about Nintendo.
You see-
Nintendo has a new charging stand for their Switch.
Finally, you can now plug
Finally.
your freaking Switch in and charge it and have it stand up and adjust at the same time. And it's official. Hey.
Yeah. The only thing is it doesn't have any HDMI out.
Nope.
Yep, the
so-
part that is stupid, it's like, why don't they make a smaller dock that isn't so massive?
Nope.
And also
They
it's
literally-
$90.
Yeah, they could make one that's just like, can't see on a podcast, but it's just like, yay big, just like plop your Switch down on and it plugs into your
Yeah,
TV. Yay.
like a lot of third-party people have been making, but apparently
Yeah.
those have been killing Switches.
Yeah, those have been breaking Switches, so
well,
don't
get
buy those.
Well, there
I
you
was
go.
totally almost thinking about one, but yeah, just because.
And then you
Yeah,
read
so I was
it.
thinking about
Standards.
Evo, and I was like, it'll be Switch.
Oh.
There was a game that I wanted to play with on it. Now I've blanked and forgot what it was.
Play Tetris so
Splatoon.
we can get mad and yell at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I wanted to play
this?
Labo. I wanted to have everyone drink a bunch of drinks out in the strip, then go back to the room and build a build a Labo.
Oh man, get real drunk and try to build Labo. That'd be great.
Oh my god. No, you know what happened? We get frustrated 20 minutes in and just be done with it.
That's true. Pass
That's
out.
a real story.
So
Oh, go ahead.
we got Walmart. Walmart did a thing.
we got
Walmart.
Walmart.
Walmart leaked the thing.
Yeah.
Canadian Walmart.
Canadian Walmart. They're like,
Walmart
hey, you
Canada.
listeners, let's leak some stuff over here. It's about time we talk about Borderlands 3. And they do, I guess. Here's the thing. So they leaked this. They say it's fake. There are a bunch of placeholder titles. They don't need box art.
Wait, they said it was fake?
No, wait, Walmart said it was fake?
I think Walmart mentioned it.
Really? I thought just people were guessing it was fake because of the way. I think the funny thing is like the thing that everyone thought it was fake and the thing that made everyone go, "Oh, it's real," was the same thing, which is that like, oh, all these games sound like games that could be coming out or announced this E3, except for Rage 2.
Rage 2. Who would make
Yeah.
that?
No one's gonna. No one. That game, like no one wants a sequel to Rage, and then like the official Rage account, like the same day was like, "Hey, you spoiled it" or something like they didn't announce Rage, but they basically all like completely confirmed, which means that it confirmed that all of them were true
Because there's also Forza Horizons 5, which isn't even a name.
Yeah, because they
only
did
came out with
3 last.
and it's
Yep.
also called Forza Horizon, not Horizons 5,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Maybe that sounds like someone going through a list and typing the wrong thing in.
I think you might be right. Maybe.
yeah, which is that whole website because they hit the button and said, "Oh yeah, good to go, publish." Like,
Yeah, accidentally. Oh, you hit publish instead of save? Oh no. Yeah, so you got Borderlands 3 on here, something called Destiny Comment, which might be the big expansion.
it's probably just the expansion. It's like, yeah, the comment there is probably just like Destiny. Fill this in later. I'm putting a
Yeah.
so that we can save that like later on. Do
You got
that.
Dragon Quest 2, which is likely a placeholder for Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yep.
We got some
Super
Splinter
Smash
Cell,
Bros.
Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Already announced, basically. Although,
Yeah, that's true.
we don't know which one it is. Gears of War 5, new Assassin's Creed, Lego DC Villains, and Just Cause 4.
Yes.
It's interesting. And then a couple other
Did
games.
you hear
that?
that? Did you hear that, Amber? You didn't even comment.
Yes. What?
Just
Just
Cause.
cause. You said.
Oh,
just
that's
'cause.
right. You said just. You said
That's all the same.
just
Whatever.
cause.
Just
It's
'cause.
just cause.
Just
You have to say it like that.
cause.
Just cause.
Just cause.
This sounds great.
Just cause.
There you go.
Okay, whatever. So, yep, all those are out leaked now, and someone is in trouble at Walmart Canada.
I bet you someone was fired. This sounds bad.
Um,
They just like. It's not only that they leaked like a game. They just leaked like
Most of the E3 games.
yeah, like a different publishers' games. Like if it is true, which
Yeah.
it sounds like it
some
more
of them
or
are.
less is.
Rage 2 was really surprising, and hey, there
Yeah.
it exists.
But like new Assassin's Creed that will come out, Borderlands 3, yeah, probably.
Yeah, no,
So-
no Final
Um,
Fantasy 16 announcement, just
yeah,
Final
Root-
Fantasy
Root-
7.
Yeah, Rutu on Twitch asks, where's the Final Fantasy 16 announcement? But I gotta say, that's gotta be like 3 more. We got like 3 more versions of Final Fantasy 15 to make.
Yeah, it's-
before.
They're gonna announce their new version of Final Fantasy 15 this E3 before they come out with 16. Think about it.
So,
Huh.
now let's
Right.
do some new release dates have come out. By that I mean lots of games. It's time to start pushing back some games.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Right before
now that we've
E3.
leaked all the games that we're gonna push back till later.
Yep.
So,
So first up is Metro Exodus, which I think that was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, this fall, I think.
I think so. It has now been delayed to sometime 2019.
yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
And then we got Stalker 2, which was announced. I guess that wasn't actually. This isn't more of a delay. This is more just an announcement. Soccer 2 is in the works, and that will come out in 2021.
My brain
Which is-
can't even
which is
fathom
so
that
far
year.
away. I'll be an old man by then.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. I'll be young, but you'll be
Yeah,
an old
I'll
man.
be an old man. You'll be the same
Yeah.
age. Shenmue 3 was delayed
That's a lot.
another year, of course.
When was
Shenmue
that
3
was that supposed to come out?
I think it was supposed to
next
come out at the end
year?
of this year.
That wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, and now it's coming out next year. So,
Yeah.
And then Skull and Bones is delayed. What was it, to 2020 now?
It's like they said 2019 to 2020. They couldn't even commit on
Oof.
a year.
Interesting.
So-
Interesting. I'm actually really interested in that game.
That game
Yeah.
looks neat. Hey, Ethan, did you see that there's a Did you see that there's a kind of like MOBA-esque kind of arcadey ship battling game that like came out recently?
Is it
No, I
called
can't-
Sea of Thieves?
No, I can't remember what it's called. It's MOBA-esque is the wrong word, but it's like it kind of has that
Like a
kind of
battle
like,
arena type game.
yeah, it's not lanes and creeps and all that kind of stuff, but it is like
Do you play like on a team or do you have your own ship?
it's like solo.
I think I mentioned.
You can
I
play
think
on
we
small
watched
teams as well. Yeah.
something like that a while ago. I can't remember 100%, but
Yeah, it's like I think it's an early access still, or I can't remember.
Is it
I saw
called-
saw it on Giant Bomb. I remember seeing
Is it
I-
called Maelstrom? or
Yeah,
something like
Maelstrom.
that?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. It looked actually pretty neat. Like,
yeah, it looked cool. I was interested in that game, especially because we all kind of fell off Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
yeah.
I could always use some more pirates. Still not enough pirate games. Like I feel like it's still not.
That's like not a thing that's been overdone, like World War II or space.
World War II in space, overdone. Gotta go back to our roots.
Too much.
Our water roots. Hey, you know what we didn't talk about, Matt? We didn't talk about
What?
Spy Party.
Oh, yeah, we
I
did talk
played
about
that
Spy
too.
Party.
Oh, we can talk about that next week.
Every week we're just gonna
It's
keep
too late.
putting that
Just
off.
push that back.
We should
Play
play
some more
more
of
of that.
The game is cool.
Yeah, we should. We should. The game was really fun. If you want to catch us playing Smart, out of it or what it was like to play Spy Party, then you can check out our streams on YouTube, youtube.com/pixel legends_legends. I can't remember.
Yeah, you know what? Space pirates have been overdone, but regular pirates have not. I guess space pirates are just easier to do.
I don't know why, but yeah, I think you're right. Cause
Yeah.
space is overdone.
but
yeah, there's a lot of sci-fi in the world.
a lot of pirates in sci-fi.
Also, another thing that has been overdone: Ancient Egypt. Good
Nah,
location.
Not yet. Not yet.
Just Origins and that new Campo Santo game.
Yeah,
Think
and I
about
don't think that's ancient Egypt. I think that's modern Egypt that they're.
That's true. That's
discovering.
like 1920s, 30s Egypt when things are still getting plundered.
When,
It looks
you know,
like.
Mummy, the movie was supposed to be set. The original Mummy, not the
Oh,
original, but the
you're right.
reboot of the original, but not the reboot. Anyway, you know
You
the Mummy
lost
with Brendan
me.
Fraser.
I was gonna say
Anyway,
the Brendan Fraser one, right? The good one.
the good one, the best
Rip
one.
Brendan Fraser.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
He lives with Rico now. So we got what do we got next? Who's gonna? I think it's
no.
I think it's trailer trash.
I can't even.
Do it.
Trailer trash. I'm
Perfect.
totally Rico, and I'm not Amber doing a terrible voice. Get her done.
Yeah,
Great.
perfect.
Perfect.
That's the worst.
I think that was really good. So
Thank you.
we got some trailers.
Good job. It's like Ricardo was right here still with us.
You just say and Amber playing Rico now.
Perfect.
Uh
No, we should clip that for him. Send that to him
huh.
so he can.
If you like, see, you're not even missed.
So once
we
he gets
didn't even need
once he
you.
gets a working computer again, he'll be able to actually watch that.
Whoops.
All
So
right,
our first trailer.
First trailer. That's not the first trailer. The one that
It's
you're
not,
playing
my
right now.
bad. I'm sorry. I forget. It starts for some reason on that trailer, but this is Lake Ridden, which is out
Lake-
now.
Lake Ridden.
Yep.
This is a walking game.
You solve some puzzles.
I
There's
just-
some puzzle solving.
It's a bummer that I don't think walking simulator is a derogatory term, but like it has been used that way and it
Yeah.
sounds that way. So I don't like. So now I feel bad every time I say it, but when I say it, I'm not meaning it as a
You could say
It's
something
derogatory.
nicer like exploration.
first-person
for
puzzle game.
exploration.
Yeah, first-person exploration
a
game.
Gone Home Edith Finch like.
Yeah.
A Gone Home like.
There you go,
Um,
Miss Like.
I missed like. Yeah, I mean, it looks neat. It definitely is like, got the I'm a person exploring a house trope. And and it definitely has. It looks like it has more puzzles than Edith Finch or Gone Home did.
Yeah,
which
I think.
Gone Home didn't really have any, and Edith
No.
the most basic puzzles.
Yeah, I think
could
Ethan, you said it
possibly
was
do.
like, or Matt, you said it was like The Room mixed with like
Yeah, Ethan
a
said
like
that,
a
yeah.
Gone
Yeah.
Home esque
Or
kind of thing.
Witness. The Witness.
Or
The-
Witness, yeah.
Probably not quite as
Not quite as
mind-
elaborate.
as I would
No.
say.
But puzzles.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like a neat little thing. But I said this trailer at least didn't do enough to really make me stand out from those other games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I think if people like I
If you're
tend to
into that
like
kinda
these kind of
game,
games.
yeah.
Like people say good things about it, I might check it out, but like I'm not like chomping at the bit to
No,
go.
it
go jump on
looks
this one.
fine, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. It's nice looking, like
Yeah.
it doesn't look bad. So what I can
Alright.
say about that.
What we got next? We got
Million Noir.
Million Noir.
Milan Noir because it's
Milan Noir.
Milan and Noir.
Oh
so
my gosh,
Milan
I
Noir.
just-
All right,
got
first off,
that
this
now.
trailer. All right, so the first
This
part of
trailer
this
is
trailer.
all in Italian, which I think is actually kind of awesome.
That
It's
is pretty
not-
cool.
Mhm.
But here's something I don't get. So this
Uh-huh,
guy
go
is in the he's in the bathroom and he shoots a dude like
Okay.
Yeah,
out
very beginning.
opens the stall, shoots the dude, kills him, and his pants
No.
are down, but his underwear is still up.
Listen,
Come
it's
on, man.
all- He didn't actually have to go, but he wanted it to feel he wanted to look authentic from
look-
the outside.
From
when
the
you
outside,
see-
you're gonna
when you
look
see
and be
the
like, "There's no
legs.
underwear there." That guy's
I
not
don't-
doing
I
anything.
mean,
There's something
I mean,
fishy.
He pulled his dick out through his underwear so he could piss.
Or maybe
While
well,
sitting
maybe-
down? That's not how you do it. Why would you do that?
Amber, listen, this is not an area that you have knowledge in.
Guys, I know how this works.
No, no.
Like, that
Dick
doesn't make
out.
sense. But whatever.
You
Do
get
this
you,
motion and you have a good time.
Yep, I do that in the
Uh,
men's bathroom too. Yep.
you you detach the underwear flap on your butt, and then like that's you never
like
take
those
your underwear
onesies, right?
off. You never
Yep.
take your underwear off. This game looks pretty brutal in terms of its like,
Yeah.
in terms of its violence. It's obviously got noir in the name, so that's in the in the name
Doesn't
there.
necessarily mean violent. I think of noir like a detective film, not
Yeah,
necessarily.
but those could get dark. Those could get violent.
They
Like,
can.
this is going for like a 70s like
The 70s are violent
aesthetic.
though.
Yeah,
That's true.
70s movies are like a
As three of us who lived through the 70s, we can say in
So
Yeah.
fact
much
the
violence,
70s
so
were
much
violent.
cocaine, all that
That's
good
true.
stuff.
So this is in Italy. You're playing a man who's out for revenge or something. He's got to murder a bunch of people. So he does, and he stabs a dude at the end of the trailer. It's real dark.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Because
like
that's what noir means.
I don't
Noir
know if
means
I-
dark.
really like the art style too much. It looks okay.
Really? It reminds me a lot of Gods Will Be Watching.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
and there's another game that developer made. Just
I
like
don't
a very highly detailed pixel art with like smooth animation. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
It looks okay to me. I don't hate it, but I feel like when you have that smooth animation, it kind of it makes it look cheaper in some ways because you can see kind
I
of
dis-
the weird animation flaws a little bit. At least that's to me. I see other people can totally disagree, and that's fine. But I don't know. It didn't grab me as much as I was hoping it would.
I'm kind of over pixel art, but I thought this one was fine. Like it's
Yeah, I'm more worried about the tone. Like
Yeah.
the pulling off this kind of thing can come off really forced if it's not done well.
Anyone that
So-
blurs out swear words kind of makes me cringe a little bit.
yeah.
I mean, Brutal Legend did that though, and that game's great.
Yeah, but that also had an option, yes or no, at the beginning. It's like, do you want to censor these or not? And it actually put like a little option. That was fun. And they did a great
Yeah.
point too. So I don't know.
No, I know.
May 31st
I
on
don't,
Steam.
I don't know if the actual game will be. I doubt the game will be censored. I just think the trailer was censored
You might be
because
right.
like it's
maybe.
marketing to a wider. They're trying to market to a wider audience.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, well, moving on. The next trailer was
Destiny 2.
More Destiny 2.
Oh,
Expansion
right.
Warmind. It's not
Yeah,
Destiny
we had some
Comet.
of our trailers from last week that somehow did not get cut.
Yeah,
that
well,
should
I
have
wanted to
done.
see what this looked like, see if I was like, man, is this the expansion I'm gonna get? And then I look at it and I'm like, probably not. I'm gonna wait because
It
I
just
also
looks like a lot of shooting.
I also heard. Well, that's what Destiny is, and that's the
It's
best
a
part
big
about
old
it.
worm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. That's all Destiny is. A lot of
Oh,
shooting,
you're
and then you
right.
stand and wait your ghost to do a thing, and then you go and shoot while the ghost does a
But
thing.
man,
and
that
then you
shooting
gotta...
feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. This looks fine. It just doesn't seem to be enough to get me back into it because I got enough from Destiny 2. I enjoyed it, but this looks like more of the same with a couple new twists, and
Yeah.
I don't know. And they have like a new relic weapon. I don't even know what that does. Like it looks neat. I guess.
I don't even know what it is.
Got the new raid lair that I'll never do because I don't know enough friends. I don't know. It seems cool, but I think I'm gonna skip. I think I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
for that next Comet expansion where it's like actually substantial as opposed to this little stuff.
Totally, this is the one.
It's
This is the one.
Just one more.
You're too busy playing Ni no Kuni anyway, so you got.
It's true. You
got time
gotta
for this.
fortify
keep-
your
Just
kingdom.
keep playing Monster Hunter, and then
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
let's be real. That's all I play.
Death's Gambit.
Yes.
The beginning of this trailer I didn't like at all, and then it got into the gameplay part, and I was like, ooh. I'm not sure this is my thing, but I still liked it a lot better than the.
and you said that and we're not 100% sure, but you said you think we may have seen this at an Indiecade back in the day.
I think it was Indiecade. If it not Indiecade, it was some other like Comic-Con or some other kind of like
Yeah.
big thing that I remember playing a game very similar to this.
The name sounded familiar, but I didn't know if it was just like it had one of those names that just sounds kind of like everything else, or if we had actually seen it before.
But yeah, the trailer starts with like this weird animation of like of Death killing this dude and then like possessing his body, and it looks like weirdly. We talked about how it looked weirdly comic booky.
Yeah.
It looks
But,
like
like,
one of those comic books that they take and they animate for like really cheap.
Yeah,
people who
like
don't
like
wanna read
the
a comic
like the
book.
Watchmen one.
Yep.
Like it's like we're kind of animating this, but not like.
There's a lot of weird faces, just like
Yeah, the
weird
faces
smiles
don't
and-
look-
And then suddenly it's pixel art. Like
Yeah,
really,
and
really,
Yeah.
really detailed
But
But
pixel
that part
art.
looks better. I like that. Like that. This is the
Yeah,
part
it also
where
runs a really low frame rate. It kind of looks cool. Like it's an interesting style.
it's got a very Dark Souls vibe to it. Like the health
Yes.
bars on the enemies, especially.
Well, I think that health bar is maybe pulled right out of Dark Souls.
Yeah, and the freaking giantness of some of these enemies, like there's several that are off the screen that like your character is tiny compared to them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Unfortunately, it shows like 10 seconds of gameplay footage flashed by really quick,
Yeah.
so it's hard to actually catch that part.
It's not a very good trailer for this game.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But
And that's
I don't
Gambit.
think I'm necessarily sold, but it still looks interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Runner 3.
Runner 3 pre-launch trailer, which is kind of a weird name to say because isn't everything kind of a
Oh,
pre-launch trailer?
most trailers are pre-launch unless they're coming out unless they're specifically
It's
a
coming
launch
out
trailer.
May 22nd. So
Yeah,
I
they
guess
like
it's-
announced this only just like a couple weeks ago, and then it's like, and then it's gonna be out now. Like
I mean, the runner games are not games you need like a big lead up.
nah, man, you gotta get that market train. You gotta get this press conference stage. Like, you know what I mean? They gotta
Oh,
they gotta
man,
do a
you're
20-minute
I
demo
feel
for
like
that
they have
thing.
their audience and they're just gonna
Yeah,
make it for that.
no, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Those games are always fun and joyful. I'm like not like really into runners, and was never very good at bit trip runner. So
Hmm.
They're fun and
Right.
neat, but I don't know. I never get deep into
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one, but yeah, didn't get super deep. But this looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll check it out.
I like the style of it. It looks neat.
Yeah. It's very colorful, very fun.
And you got all those cool cameo characters at the end, like Charles Martinet and
Charles Martinet,
playing
just
himself.
like Charles Martinet, just in there, just him, like kind of weird, like the weird cartoony version of him doesn't
looks
look right.
strange.
I don't know. You can't really see him super well in the trailer, but I've seen closer shots of him since, and I'm like, oh gosh.
It fits the weird aesthetic of this game. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
What
yeah.
a weird cameo to have. Like,
Yeah.
Of
Well, you got
all
the
the
Brutal Legend
things.
guy in there too. Speaking of Brutal Legend, twice in a podcast.
Yeah.
that's true. But he's at least a character from a game.
And Shovel Knight, because Shovel Knight's always in there.
Because Shovel Knight's the prostitute of video games. He will lend himself out to anyone. Think about it.
If the price is right.
Basically,
Yeah.
think about it. So bad.
All right, so now we got the Good Life Storroy trailer.
Stroy.
Stroy
Stroy.
trailer.
Counselor Stroy.
I love that it's misspelled. I like fixed it in the doc we use because I'm like, someone misspelled it. No, it's just like that in the title. It's perfect.
Yep, that's just the way the game is.
I
Short trailer.
expect nothing less from Swery.
I'm so glad this game got funded.
Yeah. Well, it did get
It
funded.
found
did
a
yeah.
way.
this time.
On Kickstarter.
Just like Drake and Josh, it found a way. It found a way.
Perfect. Aiding that tween audience that follows us. Good job.
At the end, like the main character's gonna turn to the camera and go, "Megan," and that's gonna be the game. That's the final twist.
Matt, what is the good life?
The Good Life. The Good Life is she's out in the fucking boonies. No internet, no cell service.
No
Cheap
Starbucks.
bastards. I have to pay off my
No.
debt. I'm from New York.
No New York style pizza.
No black tap milkshakes.
She is from New York, and she is in this small village in England, which doesn't have internet because England is a third world country.
Yep.
And
Fact.
and she is a photographer, and so she has to go do things like photographers do, like
All right.
mining and like gardening
Uh-huh.
to get money so she can pay off her debt.
Uh-huh.
But she loves to drink.
And she loves to drink. She spends too much money drinking, and I feel like more and more this is an autobiography than I thought it was when it was first announced.
Especially the way they spell drinking.
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
like, okay, if you're in New York and you got a bunch of debt to pay, the first thing you want to do is fly a plane that's really expensive all the way to England, and not just
Yep.
go upstate New York.
They're totally gonna explain that. It's gonna be
Yeah, you're
that's gonna
right.
be explained. It's all like
The coffee
Don't
will
worry
tell her
about it,
why she
yeah.
has
But
to
what's
get
weird
coffee.
is it seems almost less interesting now, but like everyone at night turns into cats and dogs.
That's
Yeah,
kind of like,
like,
an
that's-
aside at
that's
the end of the
bec-
trailer.
Yeah, because like that was like the whole pitch at the beginning.
Yeah.
And now it's like, and that too. I guess they talked about that part of it a lot, so I guess they wanted to talk about like
More of the other
of
stuff
the
you do.
plot than the rest of the plot kind of thing, where that's like more of a gameplay thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then there's a murder at
Um,
the end.
So there's gonna be and then in sorry fashion because you can't have it not be like
Small town murder. It's in Swear's contract.
yeah. And so then she discovers a young woman in the forest murdered.
With like a sword sticking out of her chest.
Yeah.
Like a old school dagger. You know,
And then it just ends with
Man.
the main character going fuck. And then
Yeah.
that's the end of the
It's such a weird
trailer.
trailer, but it's also great. Just because the beginning is
Uh,
like just stock footage in New York.
Yeah.
Any gameplay.
And like the like there's like the money where he's like tossing the money on the ground, which is also like video footage, coffee at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not in New York though, it's in England. Don't
yeah,
forget.
well, they have
Massive
some New York
difference.
shots, some England shots. So
Yeah, I'm excited for this game. Like
Yep.
I
Big
did,
fan of Swery.
I'm a big fan of Swery, and I did not fund the game because I just feel bad funding game Kickstarters. But I'm glad it got funded.
Yeah.
We've commented before in the past about how we were part of the problem for wanting Swery to have good games, but then not
funding.
funding.
yeah, but we'll buy it when it comes out. So
Absolutely.
Glad it made it. I will pay for it when it comes out gladly. And I will miss New York style pizza.
I'll miss Starbucks.
Rage 2, a game we've talked about already on this podcast.
but
It's
they
a real
released
game.
Some actual gameplay trailer,
And-
and
Yep.
And they saw Mad Max Fury Road,
Yeah.
and they saw
the Mad Max game.
the Mad Max game, and they saw that maybe games that are super serious aren't like in right now.
Yep.
Unless your games
Unless
about
you're a
dads,
dad.
I guess.
True.
So like they're like, all right, we'll make it wacky, and so now the game is wacky. But I don't know if anyone really cares because I don't think Rage 1 had a diehard people being like, the
Yeah,
story of Rage 1
No.
is so important.
it's so weird that they decide to do that and not like just kind of do their own thing and just make another post-apocalyptic game. But I guess
right, like
it's easier to be like, oh, Rage, okay, that's
Yes.
interesting.
as long as you
That's
recognize it,
why.
right? Yeah, because we're all talking now. But
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if in some unknown game, I mean, even though it's Bethesda, like, we still wouldn't have. Bad Night
I would have
Watch.
been. I would have been interested, but I definitely think the world at large would probably be like, I don't know what that is. But Rage was in Breaking Bad,
people would
so
have been interested because it's Bethesda, but now everyone's going Rage 2.
Yeah.
Why would they? Weird.
why would they do this?
Yeah, like.
How could they
And that
do
makes
this?
people more interested in the game because of the feelings of the first one.
So
So.
I remember the first
It
Rage
makes
trailer
sense.
The
being
first
like,
one's not even like
the
the
most
first one's not
impressive
even
thing.
like garbage. It just didn't really. It had like a bad ending, right? I think is the big thing, and then like it never.
I think I
really
also
was-
heard it was very buggy. I never played it myself, but
Yeah,
I remember.
I played like 20 minutes of it and was like, this is fine, and then like never really had a desire to play it again. So
I don't know what it was, but all my guy friends super bought into the marketing and the hype for this game. So like they're like, "Oh my gosh, Rage!" They're super excited, and it came
Rage
out.
2, Rage
No,
1.
original Rage, and so when it came out, they were super bummed.
oh, that feels like that one game Brink, where everyone got like super into it.
Yes,
all of our
Brink
friends
was the
got
other
they had the
one.
same group of friends, the same exact group of friends
Yep.
got super into Brink before
Yep.
before it came out.
Yep.
And it came out, and it was Brink.
Yep. I think they're more excited about Brink than Rage, but yeah, I remember them
I
becoming.
remember them talking
Rage.
about Brink for a long time before it
Yes.
came out.
Yeah, that was the big one.
The big disappoint.
Rage 2.
Well, you know, it doesn't
After,
disappoint.
Uh,
Of Dice
Vacation?
Vacation.
Go vacation.
hey, do you guys like mini games?
Go vacation. Go.
We love Mario Party, so yeah, we do. like
Okay,
mini games.
perfect. Well, boy, do I have the game for you. Do you like Wii Sports?
Do you like Wii Sports Resort?
Do you like
Yeah,
any of the sports Wii games?
Kinda.
Well, I have a game for you. Do you like
These are
Pilot
not-
Wings?
These are not me's.
No, they're
I wanna
actually
be clear, I
much
was lied
scarier.
to. Both these two on this podcast told me they were me's
They
in this
look
trailer.
like me's.
They look
And
like
then
a lot
they
like
do
Mii's.
not. They are anime.
They are
Mii's
me
not
adjacent.
anime.
They are me adjacent. They look
I
like
was gonna say, yeah.
style.
These evolved from the same descendant as me's.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they have like the same proportions as Mii's.
But they grew different arms. They grew arms and
These are like
legs.
everybody's golf or like Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox Avatar.
but like
these
worse.
things are.
But more me. More me like.
gross.
Yeah, I like the part where the group of all four people just like barrels off a waterfall, like
yeah.
in a raft.
There's some good stuff in this trailer that makes me kind of interested in this game, but I don't think it'll be good.
Yeah,
No, it looks meh at best.
It
I
looks.
don't know.
I mean, it's made by Namco Bandai or Bandai
Yes.
Namco too, which has been working close to Nintendo recently.
Of course.
right.
It looks whatever.
Eh.
Not as sick as this next title.
What's that?
The new
The
Halo
whole
arcade
title.
game that is based off the original Halo. It looks like with
Yeah, it looks like it's
Light
based off
gun
Halo
game?
1.
yeah, it looks weird. It's got. I don't know. I always feel weird every time these arcade games come out and exist because it's like, oh, you spent time on this as opposed to like a real Halo. I'm sure they didn't.
Well, no, they didn't. They farmed this out to somebody
I was gonna
else.
say
Yeah,
this
it
was
says
not.
The 343 didn't
Sorry,
actually.
343.
343 didn't do anything other than provide like assets, maybe,
Totally, I
but
guess.
they didn't make anything for this.
Nope.
It's just
The
weird.
interesting thing to me that I think is that like it seems to be like more story focused than I've ever seen an arcade game be advertised as.
Yeah, I was thinking about that while
But
watching the
all
trailer.
all the gameplay just looks like a shooter, like
Yeah.
an arcade, like Terminator. Like the new Terminator game is the closest thing that I think is to this one, right? The Terminator
Yeah.
Salvation game.
yeah.
It's just like grab these big guns and you're gonna shoot the screen. They have two giant screens next to each other, and four people can play. I mean, it seems like it's fun, for sure. But I just wonder, right? It's gonna cost like $1 to play, probably, right? Or
Probably
more.
$1.50.
Yeah, and then you're gonna like die because that's just how arcade games work. And,
They want to take your money.
You
yeah,
spend
I'm-
so much money on it.
and you
Yeah.
can play first at Dave and Buster's. Sponsor this week is Dave and Buster's. No,
Oh man, Brandon's
Uh,
on here and he's really excited about this Halo game.
Halo.
She probably shouldn't be, but that's okay.
You go to
Hey,
your
you
local
do what
Dave
you
and
want.
Yeah,
Buster's.
yeah, Brandon, if you wanna play Halo in the arcade, go to the Dave and Buster's, get 3 friends,
Dave
get
Buster's
some
actually
wings.
has some really weird
tell some 2 friends, and
weird
then play some Halo.
exclusive arcade stuff. I feel like that's just the way
Like,
for arcade games to succeed.
Oh my gosh, what's the stupid Fruit Ninja? Fruit Ninja?
Fruit
Yeah,
Ninja,
Fruit
the
Ninja.
arcade version
Yep.
of Fruit Ninja, yeah.
They have a cool
Yeah,
like
Dave and
Angry
Buster's is a web-
Birds.
Well, Dave and Buster's new thing is just like mobile games on a giant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Flappy Bird. Yeah, with Flappy
Yes.
Bird Clone.
And they have Deal or No Deal. It's all.
Yeah.
It's all.
It's
a thing.
weird. I've only been to Dave and Buster's a handful of times. When I was a kid, everyone talked about how cool it was because it's like the adult arcade place.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going there, but I didn't end up getting there until I was like 20 something, and I was
Yeah, me
like,
too. It's
oh,
Yeah,
this is
same.
this is
fine.
like for old people.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
you're on the- this is like for old people, not for like me, a gamer, me, a hardcore
A true
gamer.
gamer.
And then
A true-
Barcades came out and they saved you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and now I'm like way too cool for Dave and Buster's, and Barcades are so much cooler.
Barcades are in.
Our Barcade does have some pretty awesome games,
Yep.
and
I
It's
feel
got killer. It's got Killer Queen.
Does
it's a
it feel
good, it's a
weird,
good
but, like,
collection.
that was the one thing I didn't look for in New York. It used to be all like, oh man, I'm gonna go check out all the arcades in this cool city, but like, I don't know, like I don't really want to go to a barcade anymore. Maybe it's just with other people it'll be fine, but like,
Yeah, it's a social thing.
I
Right?
guess
Like,
it's
Yeah.
just like the novelty's kind of worn off, and now it's like, oh, it's a cool place to go now, but it's not like something I
Yeah,
want to seek
that's
out.
the thing.
anymore.
Like that's the thing for us. It's like I don't think that like being like it's a barcade, like that's the part where like that
It's just a
part
cool
is-
place to
it's
hang
just a cool
out.
place to hang out, and it's nice that there's no kids around, as
Yes.
opposed to
True.
a normal arcade where there's like a ton of kids.
And you can play some
Although-
silly games.
The
Just
one,
chill
the
out.
one near us, had to like had to like change its rules because
Yeah.
it was like
They had like a
we live-
soft
we
opening.
live in like families,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot of kids at this arcade, and it served food there too, and it wasn't just like exclusively alcohol, but it was definitely like there's like mostly kids in here, like
Like,
there's,
yeah,
some
so we went
adults-
to
like, a
their,
bunch of
like-
adults us who are like here for the drinking in the arcade.
There are
It
actually a
was-
lot of kids at my arcade too down here. So
Well, because they had like a soft opening, so it was like people signed up, and we went, and it was like 50% kids. We're like,
That's
there's
weird.
a lot of kids here, like more kids than I've ever seen at an arcade. Yeah, and so they came out with a thing on their Instagram. They're like, yeah, we've heard your feedback, and after 8 p.m. it's gonna be 21 plus.
nice.
I'm like,
That's good.
I bet people complained about that because there were a weird amount of kids. And it's like the weird things too, they have food, but like the menu is not kid focused at all. They have like lamb shanks and like
Yeah, kids love the yam shanks.
and like,
Yam shanks.
and like shishito peppers.
Woo!
and,
Give me the
like-
peppers. Kids love a good stuffed bell pepper. Who
No,
doesn't?
no, these are spicy. They're like roasted spicy peppers. They're really good.
Kids love spicy food. One thing I know, kids love spicy food. Kids love vegetables.
spicy food.
They don't
But
like
yes.
chicken nuggets. Love kids. They're
Kids
like
are great.
adults, but little.
They're like smaller adults.
Yeah, they yell a lot more.
Oh man, you're right. But yeah, we went after 8 p.m. the next time, and yeah, sure enough, hardly any kids.
Nice.
Yeah, they instituted a rule which was nice.
Good
That
for
was
them.
a nice addition.
Anyway, speaking of
Nice
drinking too
additions.
much, Call of Duty Black Ops 4
Is like,
blackout
hey,
introduction.
we're gonna
This
tell
is
you
just-
about how they had a
this
live
is
stream
just
today where they're like, "Yo, single players, we're done. Get that out of here. What people want is they want zombies, they want Call of Duty normal multiplayer,
Do you
and
want zombies?
they want Battle Royale. And also,
Everyone
you know,
wants
we
Battle
play
Royale.
Battle Royale games too. We know what they're about. You don't need to explain them, but we're gonna do it the Call of Duty way." Which
I
is
like how they pitch this like it's like this brand new gameplay style, and it's like, yeah, it's a battle royale, dude. We've been
No,
playing
no,
them.
but that's exactly
That's
what
what
he's
they said
saying.
in it.
Yeah, in the
yeah,
trailer.
I
in
guess
the trailer,
so.
he's
Yeah.
like, listen, we know you know what it is. Everyone knows what it is. They don't need to explain it. Like they're almost like acknowledging, like, yeah, we're just following what everyone
kinda
else is
have
doing.
to.
It's fine. You don't,
Yeah.
but we're gonna do it the Call of Duty way. No one's got.
Yeah, I guess the thing, because that's the thing they're trying to do to stand
mean,
out
yeah,
is like
they gotta-
it's a battle
I
royale,
mean,
but with the
Activision's
power
huge.
behind it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it came off kind
But
of.
so is
silly
I
about
mean,
it.
so is Epic.
Well, it's
Epic's
just so
not exactly
self-serious.
small, but yeah.
Mm.
It's just so self-serious. That's the, I was just surprised they acknowledged it at all.
Yeah, true.
Like I thought the whole pitch was gonna be like, and we've got this amazing new thing where it's 100 Call of Duty players, but they're just like, yeah, look, listen, everyone plays Battle
No
Royale.
gameplay footage though. It's just
No,
pure
that's
concept.
I don't.
Stills.
This is not a good trailer, and I don't want to have
No.
someone talk to me about how awesome their thing is gonna be.
Yeah,
Like,
it was a
show
lot
me
of,
how
like-
cool your thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of like person selling to you, not actually showing you why this will be good. I mean, I guess they're trying to show like, hey, we got vehicles, we got wingsuits, we got helicopters, but yeah, nothing very conceptual based.
I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with it because I want to
I'm
see like a
interested,
big
yeah.
studio kind of do that stuff. But I just
Yeah.
don't feel like Call of Duty is the type of game I want to play a battle royale, and it's a little too fast paced. Everything's a
Mhm.
little bit kind of too close quarters, a little too happens too fast. Like
Mm.
the thing I like about Call of Duty, and it's always been the same, and you know you go to it for that, is you go quick respawns, you go in, you die,
Yes.
you come back, you go in,
Yeah.
you die, you come back. It's not like Battlefield where you go in, you die, you walk a long ways. There's not like a big time in between. Well, I think like Battlefield would be much more interesting to see a battle royale in that sort of setting. But
Right.
who knows? Maybe this will be cool. I don't know. It's,
Yeah, maybe they'll tweak it enough to where it feels like it fits in that genre.
Yeah, I don't think the game is bad based on this trailer. I just think this trailer is bad.
No,
Also-
just the trailer's meh.
coming to Battle.net.
Oh, right.
'cause
Yes.
Activision. This is
I
also.
guess I guess it's gonna be a thing now, right?
I guess
it's
Like,
gonna be a
all
thing
the
now.
all the Activision games are just gonna come out on net.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. They can do that. Might as well.
How are the Blizzard fans gonna freak out? Like, go like
Yeah, 'cause I
Call
like
of
Destiny
Duty
a-
in my Battle.net.
Like at least
Ah!
Destiny was like, oh, it's kind of loot RPG based. That's kind of like it. Now it's just straight up like this is a shoot man game. I don't know.
Shoot
people
man
call it-
game.
Shoot, man.
You just said a few minutes ago Destiny is just shooting.
Oh, I know, but it's got loot. This is just shoot man
No,
game.
but
I
the shooting
know.
feels
The shooting
good.
feels good.
Guys, Atomic Heart.
What about it?
What the hell?
What?
I don't know. Do you
This
like
trailer
that?
is
Oh.
great.
This trailer is insane.
Yep.
I hope Brandon's still here for this trailer.
It's crazy. It looks like BioShock mixed with Stalker mixed with Prey,
Like a Fallout.
Fallout,
This thing, and then like the
Russian.
trippiest visuals,
Tripper.
like of like, let's have this thing floating in the sky, blood oozing out of things, freaky clown man.
Gosh, I don't like the freaky clowns.
stab a man through
Like
like
weird robot
shiv a man
dudes.
down through like a pipe and like pull the
Here's
pipe out of him.
water.
Wormholes.
Yeah, here's water that moves by itself.
It's a
Yeah, it's
bad animating
very odd.
lady. I don't
And
know.
by, like,
Yeah,
And by like a brand new studio, correct?
at least someone
Yeah,
I've never heard of.
Never heard of this.
Yeah, and
studio.
one that we never heard. There you go.
But this, what?
This trailer's just crazy. It's
This
like
trailer's
It
just
is.
weird. And then like, it's set in the Soviet Union, or is it? That is,
Oh, man.
like,
I don't know. It's a question.
there's a description in the YouTube video. This is not from an official channel. This is just from like someone who's posted this, so I don't know what they're talking about if they're just like looking for SEO stuff.
Yeah.
I like the
Ugh.
fact that you pull open a knife,
Ugh.
knife a can, you suck the can dry. It's cool. It's a big fat
Yeah.
robot that shoots bombs over. I don't know, man. This game looks really cool. I'm open. It's
Yeah,
got some
it seems
cool-
very interesting.
cool gun customization stuff. That's a soccer kind of thing, but also it has like a weird zoom out where it's like this is a big map. So I don't know if it's open world. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just such a
Yeah.
strange
I
thing.
don't know
It's
what.
It brings up a lot of questions and answers, almost none of them.
Yeah, it is. It is a weird.
Anders is in here commenting. He says, "Looks like a creepy 3D Mark bench test," and I'm like, "Yeah, that actually kind of does look like that, where it's like very realistic and just strange, and like most to test your graphics processing power with
Yeah,
like weird
true.
fluid effects."
Yeah.
Wait, where's Andrew's comments? Is this a
Oh,
separate
this is
feed?
he's on YouTube. He's in our YouTube.
Man, we
okay.
got two feeds. That's why I
Man, I
didn't
got all
check
these
anyone.
feeds, bro.
Too many feeds.
Too many feet.
Well, that's too many trailers and too much news and too much podcasts. But let's decide who won the trailer trash this week.
All right, let's do that.
Whose cuisine will reign supreme?
You need to stop playing that trailer. I can't. I need.
You
I
can't
just
sing.
It's
can't
great.
handle-
It's great. It's a great trailer.
Not.
All right, so what is the best trailer out of all this
Boy, the best trailer ever. I mean, that's hard.
We're
Probably.
gonna have to go through a lot of
Probably the Nintendo parental control.
stuff? No.
Oh my gosh, no.
I'm joking.
Well, I'm gonna go. So let's do two winners this week.
Because we missed last week.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's
I was
also
like,
justification.
two win-
Yeah. Well, also we
So we
kind of
get
do
two
that.
votes?
So yeah, we'll get 2 votes. How about that?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so
Because there's two that I'm tossed up between.
I'm gonna put
so.
my votes in little X's. Wait, no, I'm gonna
Oh,
put
I
mine in my
thought-
initials because that's easier.
Okay.
Next to the ones I think should win, and then you guys do the
Okay.
same.
Well, you picked the same two that I was gonna pick.
Well,
Well,
then
and
it's
you
all
pick-
good.
I was gonna pick.
So the winners for last week and this week are the Good Life Stroy trailers
Destroy.
It was a good story trailer.
and the Atomic Heart exclusive gameplay trailer, new FPS Soviet Union game 2018, PS4, Xbox One, PC. Those are the two winners.
That's just what it's called.
Atomic Heart and the Good Life Stroy trailer.
trailer. What great names for trailers we have this week.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's some pretty great names for trailers this week.
What a great time. to be a
Actually, for the
trailer.
record, I think runners up should be the
Well, we don't do those.
Right.
So
the Rage 2 trailer. That was pretty
yeah,
good.
it's all right. It's fine.
That's fine.
That was pretty
It,
good.
it wasn't like a bad trailer. It was fine.
All right, so that's runner up, guys. Okay, it's a good trailer.
Halo Fire Team Raven arcade experience reveal trailer.
No, I don't.
No,
That's
bad.
bad. I don't like it.
All right, well, that's the winner for this week's trailer. The two winners for this last week's and this week's trailer trash. And let's see here. That's about wraps it up for this podcast, which actually didn't go too long. We just got a late start, but it didn't go super long.
Congrats, everyone.
Yeah, good job. We made it. We
We
survived.
figured it out, and
did
now
it.
it'll be sooner to set up. Next time we'll hopefully start earlier, so we don't.
Yeah,
have
well,
Yeah.
also we just got a late start altogether. Like I had to set up some audio stuff on my end, which is now hopefully working.
And whenever Ricardo gets resurrected,
We'll see if we can. Yeah, we'll see if we can summon. We have to perform the ancient ritual.
I got some blood to give.
All right.
Good. I got the lamb, so
Yeah,
we
Good.
can use
Well,
that.
yeah, human blood, lamb blood is all what
Yeah.
you need. To
we
summon
need.
Ricardo.
Yeah, we'll need to. We'll need to find a pagan altar, but I'm looking on eBay right now. So
Okay, good.
we'll go ahead and see you next week. Hopefully, check us out on pixelwatchers.com. You can check out our podcast on Twitch and YouTube if you want to see a video version. If you like just listening to the audio, go to iTunes and subscribe on there. It's the Pixel Podcast on iTunes, and you can give us a nice rating and review. We'd really appreciate it. Like I said, we mentioned earlier, we didn't talk about this game, but if you check Ethan, Amber, and I playing Spy Party a couple weeks ago, you can check that on our YouTube page. That's a pretty fun time. Hopefully we'll do some more streaming with that stuff like that in the future.
Yes, please.
And yeah, catch us next week for more of the Pixel Podcast.
Yeah.